At the bar because you got to some rock. But I got to say, we just see Mason, real genuine dude. I salute you. I salute you. Like, just your humble ass. I appreciate that. We need artists like you. That's it. At the bar.
Yeah, at the bar radio.
Yeah. You already know this the king of Philly, man. At the bar radio, man. You already know. Right.
Just know why with that chit chat, I'm on the road, cause this that planning, this that get back. It's a different day, no, it's same story, nigga. I've been winning, retire like I'm Robert Horry, nigga. They just thought they knew me, but I'm here to make my story bigger. Keep that Laker 40 with me, always know I had that clipper. She act Gilligan on my vote, bet I'm gon' skip her. If they start getting out of line, I bet I'm gon' get them. Pack a bag and book a flight, so they know I'm always trippin'. I've been Scotty with the right, so they always know I'm pimpin'. Why I always say I got haters, cause they just know I'm living. Word to my bro that came on, they just know I got a vision. The stove gotta stay on, so no product missing. Government want us to stay home, go broke for politicians. Had to carry that weight, never dealt with the opposition. My homie tryna beat the case when he had no pot to piss. I'm tryna cop a bird, but he caught up with all them pigeons. And I can never chase when ain't no love when you got them riches. I'm all alone. I've been asking where your bitch at. She on the phone, trying to figure out where to get lit at. You on your own, just know why with that chit chat. I'm on the road, cause this that planning, this that get back. I'm all alone. I've been asking where your bitch at. She on the phone, trying to figure out where to get lit at. You on your own, just know why with that chit chat. I'm on the road, cause this that planning, this that get back. Yeah. Alright.
Hey, Tuna, you made this?
I'm all alone. I've been asking where your bitch at. She on the phone, trying to figure out where to get lit at. You on your own, just know why with that chit chat. I'm on the road, cause this that planning, this that get back. I'm all alone. I've been asking where your bitch at. She on the phone, trying to figure out where to get lit at. You on your own, just know why with that chit chat. I'm on the road, cause this that planning, this that get back. It's a different day, no, it's same story, nigga. I've been winning, retire like I'm Robert Horry, nigga. They just thought they knew me, but I'm here to make my story bigger. Keep that Laker 40 with me, always know I had that clipper. She act Gilligan on my vote, bet I'm gon' skip her. If they start getting out of line, I bet I'm gon' get them. Pack a bag and book a flight, so they know I'm always trippin'. I've been Scotty with the right, so they always know I'm pimpin'. Why I always say I got haters, cause they just know I'm living. Word to my bro that came on, they just know I got a vision. The stove gotta stay on, so no product missing. Government want us to stay home, go broke for politicians. Had to carry that weight, never dealt with the opposition. My homie tryna beat the case when he had no pot to piss. I'm tryna cop a bird, but he caught up with all them pigeons. And I can never chase when ain't no love when you got them riches. I'm all alone. I've been asking where your bitch at. She on the phone, trying to figure out where to get lit at. You on your own, just know why with that chit chat. I'm on the road, cause this that planning, this that get back. I'm all alone. I've been asking where your bitch at. She on the phone, trying to figure out where to get lit at. You on your own, just know why with that chit chat. I'm on the road, cause this that planning, this that get back.
Can we get the whole? Can we get the whole?
Yo. What up? What up? We are back at the bar. CP3, I just wondering, how many times have you asked somebody, do you know where your bitch is at? Is there some question you ask often? I mean,
There's been several occasions where I may have asked that in my past.
like past, as in like last week.
I say maybe between 5 and 10.
Joe, as you can tell, the show's going down here.
Say as we were watching the Washington Commanders versus the Indianapolis Colts, the Commanders just went down 9-7. Unfortunately, Taylor Heineke threw a bad interception, and looks like the Colts just capitalized. There's a flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be against the Commanders, and look like they'll be on the 5-yard line looking to take a bigger lead. The Commanders been pretty much controlling this game, but the Colts have momentum right now. And unfortunately, Scott Turner is helping play into their hands with his play calling, and hopefully they can get it together and find a way to rally and win this game in the fourth. If they can hold him to a field goal, especially as I see him crossing the goal line.
Somebody's job should be on the line at this point.
It sounds that way.
I don't.
I think it should be. You put pressure on people. If I come to work every day and I don't do a terrible job.
It's also where you started from, also what you had to rebuild through. On top of
Ron told us that it was year 3 and we expect this and this and this. That was before the season.
Yeah, I mean, even they win the game, they have 500, they lose, they 2 games under. They have a 3rd place schedule, hoping to get Chase Young back next week, which will help bolster the defense. Because one thing they've been lacking is turnovers. They already have 2 in this game. They only have 4 total on the year. They got 2 muff pumps the last 2 weeks. So other than that, they've only got 2 turnovers on defense. So they're looking for something to spark. They cannot continue to get the ball on the 20-yard line and expect to go 80 yards with the offensive line in flux like they are. And with some injuries at the wide out position, we haven't had Dotson out there for 3 weeks now. Right. So, I mean, there's diversity going on. The division is playing better, as I was talking to one of my folks earlier. 2 years ago with the NFC East, where we won the division with an under 500 record. Now they have the NFC East has the best record in the NFL combined, and now they're the NFC Beast. So, we have late games in the division, and at the end of the season. That's normally when this team gets, consistent and gets figured out its identity, which I think they're still trying to do. And, unfortunately, they're dealing with some adversity, like to that bad interception by Taylor. Hopefully the offense can, get it together and get a touchdown and get this game back to a 1-possession game. And then, you got 2 teams that start off slow with strong defenses that it's going to come down to pretty much the 4th quarter, probably the last possession of the game, who has the ball last. So hopefully the Commanders can, get it together and get a 3-game winning streak, 3 games in October for the first time since 2018. I read that stat earlier.
Damn.
But what I heard from you did all that talking. You know what I heard is that this game is gonna make your blood pressure go up. That's what I heard.
Well, that's what you're gonna get with every Commander game. So if you're not used to that by now, you might as well switch teams.
But this is what you're telling the people.
Yeah, I mean that's why I'm reaching for the bottom right now.
I was about to say, well, if your blood pressure goes, you might want to grab that bottle of gin.
They're down 16-7 with 10 minutes left in the 4th. They got to make something happen. So I'm gonna get my.
That's probably enough. He's not listening.
my drink on.
Yo, who?
My drink.
Yeah, that's what that. You might want to cut that one.
I'm just saying.
We ain't got no check.
You see the dust on the bottle. That don't mean it's old. That means it's age. When you're talking to somebody to drink. It's not old. It's age.
That's about to be nasty. Oh, look at his face. Oh.
I need to try that shit.
You didn't listen. When have I ever told you that's enough?
I trying to figure out the smell first.
How it tastes?
I ain't tasted it yet. I gotta figure the smell out first.
Are you bullshitting?
Yeah.
I gotta figure out what it smells like. We got a crazy combination too.
It smells like $40 if you're gonna spend the night when you start randomly.
Actually, it's only $20. I put a down payment down.
Oh, you know what? Terrible. That's what.
So Anderson Silva got beat last night by one of the Paul brothers.
Mm-hmm.
He got knocked down.
Mm-hmm.
But keep in mind though, Anderson Silva is 47, I believe.
I'm sorry.
And he's no longer in his prime.
This shit should be illegal.
Oh, is that good?
No, because it's like you remember it mixed 44 and some shit, something closer.
I'm gonna try it.
It's gonna clear your nose up.
It's gonna do those things.
Oh Lord.
Shit.
You are in already. Are you just
shit.
one
Yeah, this gonna be proud.
This is that liquid courage.
I was I got my ID, my insurance.
It's like Hennessy in the 90s, huh?
Yeah, this shit.
Yeah, a lot of y'all babies, a lot of y'all kids, certain age now, y'all Hennessy kids. Like y'all were born off a bottle of Hennessy and a club visit.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's why.
And a lot of the crazy ones, they are Incredible Hulk children.
Yeah, a lot of them are Hennessy and Hypnotic. Yeah, Incredible Hulk children.
That was nasty.
Hypnotic was too sweet. That shit was ridiculous.
That's why you mix it with the Hennessy.
See, I stopped drinking Hennessy in like '99.
I feel like Hypnotic. Y'all won't look at me sideways. I feel like Hypnotic was made by Gargamel. Like
What the fuck?
Smurfs.
Oh no, I tried it.
It tastes like Smurf death.
What was that? What was that other weak shit that was like?
You make Alizé.
No. It was Alizé, and then Usher had some weak shit that he was sponsored. It was like purple or some shit.
Oh.
What the fuck was the name?
I remember that one.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. But you know what tastes really good, but when I started actually reading the alcohol content, I was so disappointed. Was Nuvo. It was
that was the shit. That was the shit. It was in Nuvo. That weak piece of garbage.
It was pink and it was cute and it tastes like juice and it was like 4% alcohol in it.
That shit was garbage. That shit was garbage.
It was French wine with French vodka.
It was French crap.
It was just cute. Like the bottle looked real cool. It was pink and that was it. Like it was juice.
So for one, we all run a little bit late. So
blame me.
No, we're gonna blame the people that was in front of my house. Before I introduce, I guess I gotta be real shady.
Okay.
She's like, what's new? So the reason why Wally B is here, when we were in Atlanta, first of all, last week I was in Atlanta.
Okay.
Certified Indie Tour. We were filming in Atlanta, performing. Wally B is part of what I call my music family.
Yes.
It's a bunch of artists who we always travel with. We always deal with each other. Wally B actually supports this show more than any other artist that I know.
Whenever his music, we love it.
And whenever we put up a show, he's one of the first people or a picture to be like crown that or give me a fire emoji or whatever. Mm-hmm. So we were talking about when we were gonna have him on the show. Right. So originally, so now I gotta get shady. Actually, I want to get shady, but I want to drink. Sucks. I'm gonna be really reckless.
So before he gets shady,
I just want to be known that if something gets shut down, it's not going to be my fault. That's all I want to be clear right now.
Not too much.
As he's pouring his drink.
Hey, they don't listen. I'm trying to tell y'all, they don't listen to me. And CP3 is sipping slowly, so you should know that.
So it's good.
No, it's difficult.
Oh yeah. It's like Vicks 444. I feel like a 6-year-old.
I told you,
the cherry shit. So basically, I was talking to this artist, and he was supposed to be on the show. We talked about it. Because he happens to work at my job. So I get back from the show. And back to work. We came back Monday. I went to work on Tuesday. I actually even worked on my day off. So when I saw him, I was like, hey, you still coming on the show this Sunday? His reply to me, no, I can't because I'm busy.
Okay.
So when you're too busy for opportunity, go fuck yourself. On the realness.
Maybe that's what he's doing.
Well, his thing was, he was like, well, I got a show on Saturday. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And he's going to be tired on Sunday? Is that what he's saying?
Oh, no, I ain't got to the good part yet. Okay. And I'm shooting not one, but 2 videos on Sunday. Okay. So we've agreed to that this Sunday he will come in to the show. Cool. Guess where he was this morning?
Where?
At work.
Uh-huh.
I said, oh, so what happened to the 2 videos? He's like, oh, I can't even do them today because I'm doing a double. 9 times out of 10, you know that you're doing a double.
before.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, when he told you he was coming, let's say he really did have 2 video shoots, he would have probably
So
done
what?
that.
And I would say this. So what's the purpose of shooting 2 videos when you ain't promoted the 1 video that you shot that you're about to shoot? Like that's just you should instead of taking money to pay for 2 videos, you should pay for the 1 video and then pay to promote the other video.
But he shot no videos.
Boats and hoes. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
So, but here's the thing. So I quickly hit up Wiley. I said, hey, I have an opening for the show, and he was like,
been dying for him to come on the show.
and he said, and he was like, cool. You see, the thing, I say this though to get to the long point is like when you network the right way, when you make connections with people the right way, you can grow. And like, boom, he came out here, boom, 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 easy, and that's what is missing. Like there was no connection, there was no urgency. It was boom, boom, boom. And even the guy who tried to put him on was like, yo, fuck him.
Was he apologetic?
No, he was just stupid.
If I told someone I was going to do something, I would at least say, I'm sorry. Have some sort of.
I mean, the thing was, he was like, yo, I think he performed. I said, you got the footage of your performance last night? He was like, oh, no. I was like, okay. He was out shouting about Tuesday. I said, okay, cool.
Okay.
And here's the thing about it, and there's no disrespect, but when you're networking with us, we provide opportunities not just to perform in the DMV. We provide opportunities to where we just came back from Atlanta where we performed at. Like I met Wally B when we were in California. I didn't even know he was from the DMV at first. We met in California because we had booked the work time I've been to Cali. Renegade was already down there. My brother was already down there. I was with George. Our flight got delayed, and like we were there like some crazy ass time. It was like fucking 3 in the morning in Cali, and but we stayed up. We were eating. We were talking. We had ordered. He had hit DoorDash, and they had delivered the food. We was in this long ass condo. We had to go all the way fucking downstairs to get our food. but we started talking about music, and the first time I've seen him perform, I was like, oh shit, I was blown away because his vibe is a lot different than other people. But his energy was always good, and he always supports. Like he's one of the people that always supports other artists. Like when other artists are performing, he's the guy that's standing next to you, clapping for you. He's not that artist that's sitting down talking about, yeah, that's my man. Even if he don't know the motherfucker, he's going to give he's going to give the good energy and stuff. And he's also one of those dudes that's going to tell you good show, good performance, stuff like that, and give out good energy.
Yeah.
So he made it by him not coming. I was like, fine, I booked a better guest anyway. Somebody who I really fuck with anyway. So, But CP3, I know you want to get on your skinny jean, this young rant.
I mean, this younger generation with these so-called rappers / artists / whatever they want to label themselves, the fact that they don't understand the grind and the networking and politicking that goes hand in hand with being in the business. And that's why most of them stay local, which most of them don't mind because they get cheeks and they get in the clubs and get drinks and shit. So they feel like they living their life and doing it big because they ain't got to pay, money to get in the club and get drinks from motherfuckers. But they don't have the true love or passion or understanding of the music game to even understand the opportunities that they're wasting by not taking opportunity on the platform when you have a worldwide audience and you never know who's watching and who could check out your music and like it and change your whole outlook and change your whole, professional career just by you coming on the show. So
I mean,
say mother have you, mother love you, mother fuck you.
I mean, real talk. We have 3 different podcasts just sitting in this room right now. You know what I'm saying? And
Ew.
I watched this morning.
Thank you for sharing.
but it's just, but it's just one of those things where I look at people and I just like, um, it's just sad because when you get it, and then when you don't, yeah, you don't, you kind of lost. Um, people miss out on opportunities like this.
And you never know. You never know what the situation will be. That's why it's important. We always talk to artists when they come, and I always say, if you have good energy, I'm gonna tell you. You have good energy. I don't tell them when they have bad energy because I don't even feel like dealing with it. I try to be nice. But if I tell you you have good energy, that's what I mean. If I don't tell you anything, well.
But it's the craziest thing is, but
CP3.
I'm reading what the fuck I'm
reading. When you drink something, and you're like, hold on.
What the fuck? I gotta read the bottom.
Like he's reading.
Yeah, this shit can't be legal.
He's reading word for word, not just. Oh, I thought you were googling too.
I'm about to slow and jig. That's what this shit slow and jig.
Where's that? Oh, it is.
But what I'm gonna say is, then we'll get off. We'll get off this, and we're gonna talk to our guest. As CP3 slowly reads.
That's not even that bad. I want you more.
It's age, man. You see the death? That shit ain't coming off. That shit is petrified.
I say like this, lady, and when people say that like they're busy. One thing about success is like a job. You gotta punch in for success. You gotta punch the time clock, and you gotta be ready for success. Yeah. When we talk, we drove to Georgia, so we drove. I worked. Renegade came, and we drove 10 hours. We got there at 3 in the fucking morning.
I know that drive. I know that drive. That ain't no fun drive.
But here's the thing, Lady Antoinette. We were up by 9 o'clock. We ran around, did what we had to do. We got ready. We did the show. The show lasted till like damn near 3 in the morning. Next day, did what we had to do, and then we're back on the road. Before we left, we went to go see my cousin and my nephew, and then we hit the road. That's 10 hours. The next day, I was back at work. Then that Wednesday, I worked. Then we started to prepare for this show. In between time, you did your show. CP3 did his show. So when people say something,
talk about all the things that
happened in between the child did.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
And CP3 went to work. You went to like you juggled your whole life. Going on. Oh yeah, you went on.
Things happen.
CP3 fell into something.
Just because a brother finally go on
So-
a night date, man.
So we so proud. CP3 Milk and Honey, 2002. Yeah. But shout out to them. But I say this as in like everybody's busy.
Right.
You make time for
what you
want to make time for. And when you're not successful, what you need to do is to remember the conversation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. FYI, this dude didn't know who Scarface was too. Anyway, I told him he wasn't a rapper when he told me. He's like I didn't know. He's like Scarface. I was like,
how many times have we said on this show? I know me personally, I can speak for myself on that. We don't even have to get into the stuff that y'all said. I remember having a conversation with a couple of different artists saying, if this is your craft, research your craft.
Well, he was like, well, he's kind of old. And I was like, well,
he's not that old.
I was like, how old are you? He said 26. I said, you don't know who Scarface is? He said, no. I said, then you're not a rapper.
He's literally a generation before you.
And then he was like, well, why you say that? I was like, I say that because basically there wouldn't be no Southern rap if it wasn't for Scarface. And then we broke it down. I didn't even talk about it. We broke it down, and I was like, it's Halloween. It's October. I'm sure if you listen to the radio, they played Mind Playing Tricks on You at least 800 times just today. And he was like, oh, Scarface. You mean the guy from the podcast? And
But I mean, real talk.
Wally B is in. And we should put the camera on Wally B's face right now.
But we hear that real talk because now mind you, my kids were not 26 when they were saying this, but there were times where I had surreal moments, even with my children, because I remember Will Smith. They thought that he rapped because of the show.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They thought the show came and he got successful in the show, so he decided to be a rapper. No, baby.
I mean, I had
the other way around. And they went through some, like I had some old CDs. I didn't even know I had them. And they were like, Tyrese. And my son said, Tyrese Gibson. First of all, how do you know this man's name? That last name. He said, the one from Transformers, he sang?
Shit, he started in Coca-Cola commercials.
That's what I told him. You know me. You know, okay, now it is time to have class.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to turn to the book of Google. We're going to go in the chapter of YouTube. And we are going to go into this section here about Coca-Cola commercials. That's where we're going to start.
Yeah.
And then, you know, they heard some of his songs, but they never knew who it was that was singing it.
I mean, but it's the craziest thing. A lot of people, you know, didn't realize like Ice Cube is the rapper.
Yes. Oh Lord.
Like I was listening to somebody.
The one who make movies. Like, oh Lord, mercy. And then let's not talk about Ice-T.
Oh yeah. The guy from Law and Order.
I'm like, I need you to understand that he was quite the opposite.
But
what's the name of his song?
But it was, you know, it's been a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I said, I just saw Wally B's face when I told him. He was like,
the Scarface.
Yeah, the Scarface. He was like, I can't believe it. He was struggling with that one.
It's cringy. Like
it is. But I always tell people know your history.
Yeah.
So we got mad when I told him, I said, well, you're not a rapper because you don't know your history. I was like, any great artist studies the greats. We're not talking about studying like Bush with Bill or Willie D. Like, if you don't know Scarface, I got a problem with you. I mean, I tell you what, Ghetto Boys is probably one of the greatest groups too. But
Scarface.
But Scarface, that's just yeah, that's just.
I bet you know Migos.
He might.
They know Mike. He's 26.
He might, yeah.
But it's crazy to me because when he said, "Oh, well, he's old." Well, here's the thing about hip hop and rap. You may say, "Oh, that's old," but it really isn't. When we're talking about a genre of music, it's very young.
But one of the things I always like, especially talking to like the younger generation, like when you watch 8 Mile and you hear the Shook Ones beats, that's not a fucking Eminem beat.
No.
That's a Mobb Deep song, by the way. But some people was like, yo, that's you know, they you know the Eminem track? No, nigga, that's not the Eminem track.
Oh, and TikTok is really getting on my nerves. Because these kids think everybody stole something. Like when I listen to my own music, oh, that's the such. No, it's not. Let me correct you right now. But it's out of control. When we are able to have a pioneer of hip hop come to our show, i.e., a member of the Furious Five. That means if these people are the people who started this are still living.
Yeah.
So no, it's not that old.
No.
You can literally look into this, you know, and see what these people are doing now. Like, so Scarface, for instance. Oh, the dude for the podcast. Okay, so you watch this podcast and you just think he just came out of nowhere?
Here's the funny thing, and I'm gonna switch it to Wally B after this. FYI, more rappers from my generation are still living, and more rappers than the generation that we have now.
That's so sad, but it's true. It is so sad, but it is so true.
I used to be able to count on the hands all the people that died from my generation over a 20-year
Man.
period.
And so many are still living.
Like we just lost Biz Markie last year.
And shout out to DJ Cassidy because he'll get them all together
Yeah,
on the Pass the Mic
yeah.
and let you see these people. Which I'm like, okay, that's on YouTube. Y'all stay on YouTube. If you ain't look at this and you ain't see that, you know.
Well, you know, research is free. So
Especially in this day and age.
in
This
the
man is
building,
still over here struggling to
in
try
the
to figure out
building,
what
well, we got Mr. Wally B in the building. Very phenomenal young man.
he did.
Very humble young man. Like always great energy, man.
Mhm.
Always great energy. When you see CP3 do that dance off camera,
You gonna like, and it's every single
you
time.
might need to take a drink.
Look at that.
We still
Stop.
bouncing. Oh Lord.
It's the beginning bounce for me.
Exactly.
Gotta get the party started, babe. This drink is help.
Oh, wow.
So as always, we'll run through our questions, and Lady Antoinette will always set it off.
Mm-hmm.
The
Oh,
Queen
you already
Latifah,
texted him? Okay.
the Queen Latifah at the bar, Lady Antoinette.
Real talk, it's funny you say that because it's more of Sanaa Lathan on Brown Sugar. That's kind of where
Oh yeah,
that's me. Because I always ask, like, you know, when did you fall in love with hip hop? But for you, it's not necessarily when did you fall in love with hip hop. When did you fall in love with your craft as a whole, music?
When I was 3 years old,
Oh,
my mom used to turn on Michael Jackson.
okay, that's it
I
right
thought
there.
it was Michael Jackson. I really did. I fell in love with music ever since then, and then I grew up in the choir,
Okay.
and I branched off from the choir in college, where I directed the choir.
Okay.
And then I said, you know, I kind of want to do something on my own and try to see how that goes. And after I got the opportunity to open up my homecoming in my college, I knew I was like, okay, I'm taking this seriously because they believed in me to perform and open up for Big Sean and Wale. So I'm like, we're gonna go through this.
Well, piggyback. What college did you go to?
The Lincoln University,
Oh,
the
okay.
first HBCU
Oh, listen.
with the grants, degrees. Don't let them fool you.
That's what's up. I'm sure that was exciting.
It was amazing.
Is that one of y'all rivals?
No,
Okay.
I went to Norfolk State University,
Okay, probably not.
but that was not our right.
Bouncing Boy CP3.
I'm engulfed in this Commanders game right now.
No, that ain't what it was.
Yeah, they're actually on the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
We're trying to score a touchdown with the game. Shit. I'm caught up in football right now.
No, that ain't it. It's in this
In the drink
glass.
too. Look, you know what? Leave me alone. I had a good Sunday.
Oh,
Let me be.
okay. That's what it was.
Ooh. Well, can you stop thinking about your friends for a minute and just focus on our guests?
Looks like they tied the game.
He's in there sports.
Win the game. Yes, you know that's my passion. That's my love. And speaking of passion, as Lady Antoinette mentioned, you know, what got you, you know, what was your influences? What do you feel you can bring to the new music game? Because as you know, if you don't know, I'm not a real fan of this new culture of so-called music. I don't consider most of these folks actual musicians or singers. I consider them artists and entertainers. So they don't really take the pride and love of the music like, you know, from our past. But I feel that with your music, you do have the love and the passion for it. How do you think you can influence this newer generation and show them it's not just a quick way to make money if you go viral on social media so you ain't gotta work and go, work a job.
Okay. Um, I bring diversity to the game, and with that diversity, it's shown that I genuinely do have a love for music. It's not just about the money. If it was just about the money, I feel like we'd be having a whole different conversation right now, and I'll be trying to do stunts on TikTok. But it's not about the stunts. It's more about the art and the messages that I'm putting out for the people. My music brings a different sound that isn't the same that you constantly hear all the time on the music. And with that, that's why I say diversity. I love just the fact that I can go into the hip hop world and I can create with the hip hop artists, and then I can go to a country person and I can create with the country people. I can go to pop and I can do pop with the people who do pop. It's a lot of different like areas where I can jump myself in and put myself and place myself. So I can say that I'm like clay, like I can be molded in different ways in this industry to make it different. So it's not just the same every time. And with a good message too, because I think the message in a lot of music is important because it's not just about sex and drugs and money. It's also about knowing that
It's not.
music. It's not. It's also
Damn
knowing
it.
that
Somebody
music
told me wrong.
influences people. Like
Yeah.
music has a lot of influence. It's a lot of power in music, and you notice that people listening to you, they're gonna start doing what you're saying in the music.
Funny thing, Nicki Minaj was talking about Future, and she said that what surprised her about Future was all that shit that Future pops, Molly Percocets and all that other shit that he be popping. He don't do none of that shit.
And that's it.
Not saying he should be, but he doesn't.
Like, why are you
But
promoting
but, but,
that?
but, you-
Yeah.
but that's the point. Why are you promoting it?
What's sales?
Well, we've heard.
But I love his music.
Yeah.
What?
But we've heard that years ago that there was some meeting, whether it's true or not, it kind of everything goes along with that. It was some meeting between record executives,
And they decided what to promote.
right, and prisons, the executives of the prisons. Um, what are they promoting? If you're promoting these things, and you're right, music is so influential. If you're promoting these things, people are listening to you. They're gonna follow behind you. They're gonna want the money. They want the cars. They want everything that you're promoting. And once they follow that illegal activity, what happens? The prison systems get filled up. So, but when y'all said Nikki, I was a little concerned because she's been saying some things. So, but I agree with her on that.
I agree with it. I don't know.
I agree. You
I
should
know.
not.
I know the Barb's gonna kill me. I am not a Nicki fan.
Well, I'm a little Kim fan, and
Yeah,
Let's not
exactly.
do Nikki.
yeah, but
Honestly,
I'm a Kim fan. So
besides Nikki looking the way she looks, I don't really finally understand the attraction to her music. That's
Well,
just my personal.
I feel like lately, because she has her show, lately she's been saying some very controversial.
She said some weird things, but we could
But that's why when you said that, I was like, oh, it's about to happen. But I agree.
that was just one of the very few things that, and this, she's from Queens and I'm from Queens. And I don't know. I have a thing against Queens people. I guess I don't know.
Accept the toxic behaviors because she's from your borough.
But in this instance,
No,
she's stating that Future has
yeah.
toxic. So I'm happy.
I mean,
agree with
what
her.
she said was this is one of very, like I said, one of the very few times I actually agree to what she was saying. I'm not a Nicki fan.
She's a very clever lyricist, and she's very talented with her art form.
Yeah.
It's not her art form that I don't like about her. It's her attitude, her attitude sucks.
Yeah. So I
But-
feel like before she starts speaking out against certain people, like other female artists, I feel like I liked her more.
Like even her with her in the Lotto situation, I think I thought was kind of crazy. But my question is, name an album that impacted your life.
Ooh, that's a good one.
You see what this gin does?
It makes me think.
So it's a couple of them actually.
All right, let's go.
So the first one that I'm gonna name is an old school album, and it is Thriller. I told y'all that Michael Jackson was definitely a person that inspired me greatly. The second one that I would say is kind of crazy, but the Whitney Houston Bodyguard album.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but as a child, like I loved her voice.
Yes.
And it really like I used to be like in the room singing like to the top of my lungs all Whitney Houston like songs, like especially on that album. Um,
Mm-hmm. That was a good
Yeah, that's
album.
good.
yeah,
'Cause I used to play that all the time too. And I was a
yeah,
Whitney Houston fan. Man, I
You
like the
played R&B?
bodyguard. But I actually, when I first got my first CD player in my room, that was one of the CDs that I used to listen to, the Whitney Houston Bodyguard
yes,
soundtrack. I don't know why, but
that
That's when we
album.
had good soundtracks.
Yes,
we still
yes,
have good soundtracks. We just don't have the classic soundtracks like
We
those.
don't have soundtracks like we
Well,
used
see,
to.
I listen to different type of soundtracks. So
Okay.
you still got my man Hans Zimmer and James Hamilton, Newton Hamilton out there, who does great soundtracks with the movies that they do. Unfortunately, they don't do any of our movies, so we won't hear their influence on that. But there are still some good composers out there.
mm. And the last one, I was going through a very interesting time in my life when I was in college, but I'm gonna mention her because I'm even though y'all like her. Nicki Minaj's Pink Friday.
That was
Um,
wasn't that her best selling?
I'm not sure. I
I
think
feel like
so.
Pink Friday was her best selling.
Um, that Moment for Life song.
Yes, that was a good song.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. That song was hot. That song was hot.
That was it was a lot of great things happening, and that song was right on time.
Mm-hmm.
So like that definitely helped me.
I be a part of it, and plus that's you. You know, whatever influenced you.
For sure, for sure.
I like that song.
Those are what come to my mind at the time.
That's the song that made me look at Nicki Minaj different. Like, oh,
Yeah.
you know what?
Because
She
it
got
was
she got she got
different.
some shit.
It was she went a different route with that song. She
That's
was
that.
more
It made me.
pop than she was hip hop, but it worked.
It made me realize that she had more. That she was really talented, and like just because my little sister liked her didn't mean that she sucked.
Wow.
Y'all know I'm a hater. I say that all the
He
time.
said it himself, y'all.
I mean, honestly, yeah, that's a good album. My daughter liked it. I think I had to die. Had to buy it.
She made you get that shit in.
And she was like, that was around the time when Katy Perry was real hot too, right? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had to buy like that, Katy Perry and Beyonce and stuff like that.
Beyonce is another one that's really good too. I had her recent album was really her song's pretty good. But I think the one that I resonated with the most was her first one.
Okay.
That was a front to back. You can listen to that front to back, like it was amazing.
I thought you was going to say B Day.
B,
That
oh,
was
I
my
like B Day too.
that
Oh
was
yeah, I like B Day
because that
too.
was in the club.
I did like B Day.
That was
Beyonce
in the
is
club.
a timeless artist to me. She's one of the people who I really love. Like I know that if she puts something out, it's going to be something that's not going to be trash. Like I have yet to hear something I didn't like from her, so I appreciate that.
So you saying Beyonce has never had a trash album?
No,
And she paid the people
and I can
to
honestly say
do
that
the
she has never had
job.
a trash album.
Yeah, she can pay people to do the job. Like the producers and they gon' yeah. She makes sure she work with the best. I can't blame her.
Yeah, she's very inspirational too.
What you got, Lady Antoinette?
So, let's back up to this MJ situation. So 3 years old, you listening to MJ and that's kind of when you fell in love with your craft. How does listening to MJ and having one of the greatest artists ever, well, the greatest in my opinion, but arguably the greatest artist ever, to influence you, how do you think that affected you to bring you kind of full circle to now?
It definitely helped me not stay in a box. Like, cause MJ was one of the few artists that tapped into every genre. Like, he definitely dipped in. Like, he even had like this classical type of vibe to him too. Like, in a lot of like his history album, like showed a lot of his diversity and like, okay, I'm gonna even do a little track where I'm talking about money, while I'm kind of like doing poetry and rap at the same time, and then singing. And then he'll jump into another era where he's like doing rock and roll, and then he'll transition to a ballad where he's serenading the ladies. Like I really love just how diverse and how he was able to just jump into like, oh, you're not gonna just put me in one box.
Yeah.
And that's what I take from him is like try not to categorize me as just R&B. Try not to try to say I'm just a soul artist. Like realize that I can do more than that. Like, and that's what I took from him.
I feel it. 'Cause I love me some Jack.
Well, I got a good question. CFT, what you got?
Nah, I was just you mentioned MJ. I was listening to some Prince. This is all total off subject. You know, I got something great. But did you know that Prince made a song that Gigolos Get Lonely? That's more thing in time, man.
Yeah. Prince has made so many songs.
I was just saying that.
Listen to,
Just saying.
but the fact that your mind went there.
Take his glass away.
Because we
old
talk,
school.
so why are you talking about MJ?
Let's talk about
Prince. Talk about
my man Ivan Carter, who I'm working on doing the podcast on the sports side, he's from Minnesota. So he was talking, he put a post out this morning talking about Prince songs. He's like, do you believe Prince made a song called Gigolos Get Lonely too? And I was like, no, I didn't know. They're like, man, check it out. That song changed my life this morning.
Oh, my God.
So do you actually have a question? That's what you wanted to say.
That's all I had.
Oh, blessed be the rock. Oh, my God. Oh.
So
This may be done.
Google that
He
shit,
done.
y'all. Google that shit.
I'm about to
Thank you for that.
Prince definitely inspired my high notes.
I'm about to give you some names, and I want you to put them in the order which you feel.
Okay.
Usher, James Brown, Prince, Michael Jackson.
You should put them in that order, like.
Child, what?
Because I knew it's a hard ass question.
Those are all my favorites. Well, first of all, the funny thing is James Brown. All right, so my dad might look at this and he'll laugh because I love Michael Jackson, and my dad would never let me live down the fact that he learned from James Brown. Because
Yeah.
my dad's favorite is James Brown.
Oh, well, yeah.
You just know that he learned from the great. He did. But he's definitely going under Michael Jackson on my list.
That was a good setup.
But meanwhile,
don't let the decision, but I understand.
So Michael Jackson.
But look at the conviction how he said it. I love you, Dad, but I'm still.
I'm such a big MJ fan.
All right, continue with the list.
Okay, so Michael Jackson, James Brown, Usher, and who was the last person?
Prince.
And Prince. Oh no. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Change that up.
Because I got the last person. Okay, so I'm gonna switch it up. Michael Jackson still number one. Prince, James Brown, and Usher.
And that's not even no shade to Usher.
It's not. It's
because
no
first of all, if Usher is in the list with the greats.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hey, but that because
I'll be singing Usher all day, every day.
As
a matter of fact, he is my current favorite male artist.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and current day male R&B and music, pop, everything. Like, Usher is a staple.
Well, we're going to get to that part because you got to name your Mount Rushmore. But that's a little later.
Okay.
Lady Internet.
Okay, so with that said, this is just because I want to know. You know, they say asking for a friend. I'm asking for me. So, when you going to Vegas to see Usher?
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
You know me, because he
got a residency.
Yeah, and he gonna stop this weekend. Was it? But then he gonna start back up in March.
So, a friend of mine actually asked me if I wanted to go with them to see him. I don't know if it's in July or it's sometime between May and July. Mm-hmm. It's around that area. And that's what I plan on possibly seeing him.
I'm doing
so it's 2023. Mm-hmm. I'm going out there.
I'm doing the same thing? Cause I can't. I haven't
It'll be
seen
amazing to meet
Usher
him.
in concert. Wow. I need to be there.
Mm.
Yes.
Okay.
That was my question.
I
might
bet.
have more later, but you know.
I
that,
bet you do. Shout out to DJ Nasty Nice, Coalition DJ, my boy DJ, always a partner of the show. Trap City Radio, tapping with him.
Hello.
Very, very, very salute, DJ Nasty Nice. We gotta get you back on, man. You've been doing some good things, holding it down for Roanoke and the DMV. You got anything, CP3?
We need for the video break.
Is that bad?
Yeah, man. That shit kicking in, man. I'm like, God damn, that shit can't be legal.
He wanted to hear Wally B song.
Yeah, me to hear that song to get me back right, bro. This shit got me leaning up, man. I'm watching football.
But then y'all not if you tell him that's enough. Don't put no more.
Like I said,
That's
you and your age concoctions you be bringing in here. This shit ain't right. Somebody called the cops. This shit's illegal. This shit gotta be illegal. Something else. Call somebody.
He needs some milk.
I can't believe he asked.
This shit is crazy, bro.
You good, bro?
I'm seeing it 3D right now. And it's like cough syrup.
And he's still drinking that.
You can't help it, man. This shit is good. It be cold.
Oh, so what you?
Yeah.
Temptation rising, body feeling, time don't even matter no more. Let me cuff your body, then blindfold you so you cannot see me no more. Let senses take over as you breathe on your body real slow. Don't be scared, baby. Shawty want more, said she want more. She wants more, yeah, more, yeah. Love it, baby. Shawty want more, said she want more. I know you want more, yeah, more, yeah. Shawty want more, said she want more. She wants more, yeah, more, yeah. Shawty want more. I know you want more, yeah, more, yeah. I ain't lying when I tell you that I need you here right by my side. Girl, your body got me feeling, and I think I'm about to lose my mind. Oh, yeah. So baby, show me how you love me for the pleasure of this loving. We can ask for fantasy, and I will show you the real ecstasy. Ecstasy. Ooh. Start off kiss, give slowly, make your body horny for me, baby, like baby. Then I'll make your back quiver. tries to touch and tease you with my tongue, girl. Got her body saying she want more. She want more. Shawty want more. Says she want more. She wants more. More, yeah. She love it. She love it, yeah. Shawty want more. Says she want more. She wants more. More, yeah. She love it. She want more. Shawty want more. Says she want more. More, yeah. More, yeah.
Y'all need to know what's up. Hey, look. Hey, DJ FM, you ready to do this shit? Hey, numbers. Let me tell you something real quick, man. You did your motherfucking thing tonight, man. Hey, we gonna hear him. But they just heard you. You did?
He said, who is he?
You heard? Y'all know what's up. We only do this shit real right here at 1224 Shit Lounge. We doing this shit right, you heard? Are you ready, Slim? You sure you ready? You ready? Man, do your thing, huh? To the E to the N to the E to the G to the A to the D to the E. They call me Renegade, dog. I'm out here in the DMV, y'all niggas. I'ma tell y'all something one thing. My bad. Mic too close. Rapping $1 million. Hey, business $1 million. But showing love, that shit priceless. I'ma tell y'all that shit priceless. You ain't gotta pay for that shit. So show some love in here and show some love to these people that's getting out here and doing their thing. Trying to do something out here, alright? Let's get it pumping, dog. I'm getting pumping, alright?
Yeah, right. Yeah, shit, lie. All on me, she all on me. She just watch me count about 100 G's. I just push that weight and make the 100 piece. I just want the money, power, and a piece. All on me, it's all on me. I just touched down in LA for the week. Had to go and get away from the streets. Cause they know a nigga acting all on me. I get that bag off, go stack a rack up. Pull up to Saks Fifth, go drop a bag off. I got a tax, y'all, to hang up with rats, dog. You can never catch me frontin', I done backed off. I'm like, hey, back it up with these groceries, that's my safe word. All these binges be a drug, that's my gateway. I be such a big stabber, they call now Mayday. Dispatch to them feds, but you catch this KK. Every day's a payday. Open that safe, yeah. Won't do late, wait. Don't care what you say, yeah. I'm on the way. Jump back like 2 or 3. I make you fade away. I can never trust no dog, never give her what I got. I just put up on the dot that I put up off the line. You can never run my day, only thing you in my way. Always acting like a boss, every time I took a loss. All on me, she all on me. She just watch me count about 100 G's. I just push that weight and make the 100 piece. I just want the money, power, and a piece. All on me, it's all on me. I just touched down in LA for the week. Had to go and get away from the streets. Cause they know a nigga acting all on me. So on me, pay your fee. All these niggas all around me, we gon' see. Ain't shit sweet, got respect, cause ain't shit free. Pay for them shoes, pay for them jeans, got you down to a T. Even riding through Miami, got me gripping on my feet. Gotta move fast, go by the tag when she down on me. All these snitches, all these apps, see them round for me. Never will be giving you props, don't you vouch for me. Always clutching on that guy, keep around with me. Tell them on the left, count up pesos. Someone check the record, they call me Fuego. You know that I'm a stepper, hit out the way door. On my worst behavior, pull up the Draco. What the hate for? How my day go? Never really care what you fake for.
On my payroll is what you ain't though. All these haters around me do what I say so. All on me, she all on me. She just watch me count about 100 G's. I just push that weight and make the 100 G's. I just want the money, power, and a piece. All on me, it's all on me. I just touched down in LA for the week. Had to go and get away from the streets. Cause they know a nigga had this all on me.
That shit right. But this shit like. Alright, we get it warmed up. Alright. Just get it warmed up. Thank you, everybody, coming out. Showing love. I'm telling y'all. We gonna do this thing. We gonna keep this shit cranking. Welcome to Ocean Lounge. I ain't performing in a motherfucking year, so I'm a little rusty. But guess what? That shit don't make me stop, though. Everybody keep fucking going. Keep doing your thing. Don't give a fuck what people think about you. Keep doing what the fuck you do. Cause everybody gonna motherfucking doubt you what the fuck you do. And everybody gonna hate what the fuck you do. But keep going. Fuck what you doing. If you hustling out here, hustle. Let's go to that next one.
So funny thing is, the Renegade does that little speech and shit. Like he does it at the beginning, and he does it at the end. Like after he did it in Atlanta, everybody copied the same speech.
Oh,
This shit was copy and paste.
oh.
This shit was hilarious.
Follow trendsetter.
Definitely a trendsetter, but that is so irritating.
I mean, you're gonna get that, but at least give shout out and credit to the motherfucking cop.
I mean, they literally said the same. They was literally just copy and paste exactly what he said. Insert your name here, Renegade's words. But I mean, but I also too it teaches. One thing is having a good vibe of promoting positive energy.
Yeah.
A lot of times, like I said, what I always fuck with Wally is about is that he always shows love and stuff. Cause you know a lot of niggas will be like, you know, before the show start, oh yeah, I'm gonna see you. And after they perform, these niggas rolled the fuck out like they was a part of the Transformers. These niggas is gone. Autobots roll out. They out. Motherfuckers gone. Gone in November. I mean, but the thing is, like, bro, if you gonna leave, just say you gonna leave. But don't sit up there and be, oh yeah, I got you. And the minute I go touch the stage, I go to look, nigga, you ain't, you know. But when you up there, you want me to stand up and to support you. Like, you know, a lot of motherfuckers don't get the same energy back. I say one thing about Wiley is that he actually gets a lot of energy, you know, supporting people and stuff like that. You know, crown that. That's his hashtag. You know, so we're gonna crown that, right? Because that's what he does. You know, and like I said, he's one of those people. Up until now, he had never been a guest, but like when I put something out about the podcast, he's one of the first people to hit the joint. Like if I post something about Renegade, he's one of the first people to hit it. When we've had Warfare J on here, he, you know, that's part of the music family, people we travel with. He's one of the first people. Boom. And that's without asking. That's not with me tagging him. Yo, Wally, yo, get this joint a like.
Right.
Nah, he's gonna do it on his own. So, you know, we definitely appreciate that.
You gotta support each other out here. Support.
That's what it's about.
So, what makes a song great?
What makes a song great? Well, that's like asking what's beautiful. Because it's in the eye of the beholder, just like it's in the ear of the listener. A song could be great to me, but then also be like lackluster to somebody else. So I would really just say a song is great if the viewers who are listening to it play it over and over again. Repetition in music is what makes it great because you don't like it if you don't keep playing it. So it's not great if you just want to hear it one time and then you just start. That's not greatness. Greatness is something that's timeless. something that you can keep playing over and over and over again. So to me, that is what makes a song great.
Yeah,
I
that's
agree.
it.
I agree.
Lady Internet, what you got?
I want to say that what you said, because back in the day, let's be real. You take your cassette tape and you play it over and over and
Yes.
over until it not play no more.
Then you put the upside.
What they say? Until your tape pop. What?
Yes.
So that's real. I still do that now. Of course, I don't have a cassette tape to do that with. I mean, I found some cassette tapes, and then I had to go search for a little boom box or something that I had given my kids.
People don't
They
realize.
got mad at me.
People don't realize the reason why it's called mixtapes because it was actually fucking tape.
Yeah. I don't know if I told you. I found my tape. Oh,
Oh damn.
yeah, when it was first release, not no stuff
Remastered.
later on. Nah, this was to cow. I mean, I found some of them too.
I mean, we ain't talking about Debbie Does Dallas.
Oh wait,
Come on now, I ain't no Debbie Does Dallas, man. I had the Ice Entertainment, baby.
See, I knew he was going.
You had
Say, I
WCC.
had that.
Yeah. WPC, West Coast Productions.
No, he had that on DVD. That was later.
See,
Okay.
with the DVD thing, that was a whole different ballgame. My man did bootleg DVDs, and he was getting all for him. You know who I'm talking about.
I'm not sure.
At the job.
All y'all was nasty, so I don't know.
Me, y'all.
You were purchasing from this gentleman. So
he was giving it to me for free. I wasn't purchasing.
Okay, well, you were receiving this bootleg, nasty merchandise. So yeah. So
Notice how Lady Internet's trying to distance herself further.
No, she got some of the same DVDs.
I didn't get no DVDs from none of them.
See, you got it from him.
What? Don't play with me. They were all nasty at the job though, like for real.
Oh Lord.
And this is so funny because I did keep myself separate at work. I saw what I saw and I was like, oh, I'm gonna be on leave because I come to work to work. Y'all did.
That don't mean other folks ain't trying.
That don't mean nothing. They ain't got nothing to do with me. All right, bye. But anyway, but yeah, I definitely agree there. The timeless songs that we have, we played over and over again until well, now we get to keep on playing. So now that you say that, I actually want to push my other question back. Give me a song that you played to death.
Ooh.
Throughout your years, like something that just was you remember playing just over and over and over again.
This is gonna be so funny. Stephanie Mills' Home.
That was the shit. That was the shit.
Man, when I say you shit in her thing on that. But that song though.
That's the first song that came in my head.
The funny thing is, I swear Stephanie Mills was one of those people that had thugs singing love songs. Like I remember my brother be like, "Yeah, I'm about to get that new Stephanie Mills." What?
Right. But Stephanie, it's like first of all that song, not just of where it came from and how she should have been a star in said movie, but we're gonna talk about that another time. But that song, there you go, that song when you listen to, but when you listen to it, it speaks, and the way she sang it, she made sure that you got that message. So Stephanie Mills, CP3, okay.
I was doing some fancy football numbers.
I don't think you're reading anything.
You got a question, CP3? Are you still in the clown? You got a question for I guess CP3 or you lost?
You mentioned Whitney Houston, Stephanie Mills, so there's obviously some more old school influences. What other artists helped influence you in your craft nowadays?
That you haven't mentioned.
He had his journalistic voice on.
He did.
Trying to keep it focused, man.
He trying to pretend he ain't over here. Like,
Yeah.
I would say Stevie Wonder.
Oh yeah.
Of course, Luther Vandross. Eric Benet. We already said Usher. Prince, of course. He definitely inspired a lot of my higher notes that I sing. You go to female wise, I would say I did enjoy listening to a lot of Aretha Franklin. She was very soulful. Tina Turner.
Old school, yes, sir.
Tina Turner for like her rock band sounds. Oh my goodness, next level. And then the last one that I would probably put on that list would probably be, because I don't want to miss somebody. There's so many people that I like really took the time to sit down and listen to. But let's say probably that's more pop sounding. Actually, surprisingly enough, I listen to Britney Spears too. She's lit too, but she doesn't. I wouldn't say that she inspired vocal performance stuff, but like probably stage presence stuff before, like probably like At the End of the Zone and stuff that era. She had a lot of good production quality. Yeah. And I appreciated her production side. Like that's what I got from her.
She reminded me of a younger, lighter Janet. That I feel like some of her work she modeled after.
It's funny you say that because a lot of her songs were given to her because Janet didn't want to.
Yeah. And it had that vibe to it.
Yeah. Like Janet is actually a treasure too that people don't really talk about a lot. And I don't understand why I don't hear her name often. Because she's definitely a precious jewel.
They tried to blacklist her. No, they tried to blacklist her before that. They tried to blacklist her a few times and her
which wasn't right.
You never gonna forget that titty. Black titty on Sunday afternoon.
That nipple with that star.
Damn. Who would have thought that?
Okay, you know what? I think he poured more.
Let's see if I can save the show.
Just saying, who would have said that?
And he says it again. Goodbye, TikTok.
I don't know how is that offensive.
You know we get kicked off of TikTok every week because of that.
How was that offensive?
Oh no.
So I don't even know if I put this on TikTok because last time CP3
I think you end up removing it.
Yeah, because CP3 I was banned for like we were banned from it.
I want to know how sucking the nipple is offensive.
Hey.
Anyway, CP3. So
It's some bullshit.
Normally this is where I ask, what is your Mount Rushmore of artists? I don't ask that.
Yeah, because he's told us.
I want to know what's your Mount Rushmore of songs.
Okay. Mount Rushmore. So that's like how many? 5 people.
You can do 5, you can do 6, but what do you know? The top 5 songs that really influenced you and made you feel something.
Okay. Man in the Mirror.
Deep one.
The Circle of Life.
From Lion King?
Yeah. That's beautiful.
I'm mad that I knew
Who doesn't know the Circle of Life? Like, real talk, if you didn't know that, I would be a tad concerned.
I'm mad that I knew that shit.
Moment for Life.
That ain't good.
Let's see. Mount Rushmore song. You got me. I Will Always Love You.
Good focus on that.
And I would say the last one This will probably be Forever for Always for Love.
Which version?
I like Luther Vandross version, but my favorite one is Layla Hathaways.
Oh.
I like how she vocally did it, but of course the original is Luther Vandross.
But no, Layla did it for that album that was for Luther. Like everyone was singing his stuff. So.
Bonus question: Big Luther or Little Luther?
See, I was gonna say that, but I was wrong. I kept my head down, looking at stats. I said, I'm gonna leave that one alone. See, okay, so I'm not wrong. All right. I'm like, this
I
one.
wish I could say both. I wish I could, but I think we appreciate Big Luther a little bit more for where he was at like during that time.
Okay. I just wanted to know. Lady Antoinette. Big Luther for the win. We gotta ask these questions though. We gotta.
Moving though. You can tell Big Luther or Little Luther nothing.
Yeah.
Like something wrong with this little.
That's to you. Okay.
No, I was there. That was to a few people. Something didn't look
He
quite
fluctuated. Him and never mind. I'm not gonna be quiet because I love me some Luther. I was gonna say he was so.
He was. I liked him, but I wasn't really a big.
Oh no, I was a big Luther fan.
But I did see the attraction why people would be.
My mama played Luther to death.
If your mama didn't play Luther to death, I'm gonna question you.
She played Luther, but she ain't playing a lot. But she played.
I played Luther.
Man.
Luther was
what?
I was more in the eyes of like Isaac Hayes.
Of course.
What do you mean, of course?
Because he was a little more gangster than Luther.
Bald head smoking weed.
How's Isaac Hayes gangster?
Walk on by.
What do you mean? How is it? He create? You know what?
The Shaft soundtrack was one of the most smoothest soundtracks ever made, baby.
Did you forget what Shaft was about?
We talking about the soundtrack. We ain't talking about the movie.
Okay, but he the one that did the soundtrack.
Look, we talking. Look. We ain't gonna type past my man.
All right. Well,
we talking about the musical influence of my man.
But go ahead. And his son don't play.
I know. I would love to link up with him. My fan base actually started acting on my phone. We need to talk. I asked him something wrong.
Well, my question is, from here on out, what do you plan to accomplish? Not just what do you plan to do, but what do you plan to accomplish through music?
Definitely, I plan to accomplish, and I'm actualizing this to reality, me becoming a household name, and being able to successfully travel throughout the world with my music. The awards and stuff would be amazing, but mostly just me getting the chance to go out places. Once I had a dream, and most of my dreams come to reality. So I'm like excited that I had a dream that I performed at the Super Bowl. So I was like, whoa. Like I woke up and I was singing Sweet Nothings at the Super Bowl. And I said to myself, all right, that's one of my goals. It doesn't matter if you want me to sing the national anthem at the Super Bowl.
That's still the Super Bowl.
It's at the Super Bowl. And I'm here for it. I want to travel. I want to perform. I want to get the message out there and just have the world just move to my tunes.
Well, I'll be there. Just let me know, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Especially at the Super Bowl.
Definitely.
That's a big moment. I'm like,
it is. You're going to see me crying.
I cry right here. But I think that that's attainable and you're talented. So I do want to make sure you understand that I feel that you are talented and you do bring good energy, good vibes.
She said it, y'all.
CP3, you okay over there?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm sipping, just enjoying this Commanders come from behind win, looking at some of the stats and some of the footage and video. I won't be on the post game because I'm on the At the Bar radio show, which I posted. But yeah, it was a good come from behind win. The team is now 4-4.
You jinxed me too, CP3.
Why did you jinx me?
My team lost.
Oh.
Just, you
My
know,
condolences.
the Seattle trip is always a tough one going all the way
They
across to
up and down.
Seattle in that stadium and the Seattle. Unsurprisingly, Geno Smith, the quarterback, is killing it right now. He's my backup on my fantasy squad. He's been performing, no interceptions, no turnovers, and leading their offense. So I know it was a tough game to go over there. The Giants have been playing good and riding high, but that trip is a hell of a trip. Knowing the Commanders / Washington football team / Redskins have made that trip before, and I know how hard it is to play in that stadium, especially when they're playing well. So, not wishing bad things on y'all, but trying to tighten the division up, baby. Y'all 6-2 now. We 4-4. We got 2 games with y'all in week 13 and 15 between the bye week, so that's gonna be real crucial into the end of the season. And with the NFC East now being the toughest division in the NFL, as opposed to the weakest division a couple of years ago, it's just showing folks that the team development and sticking with the plan works. A lot of folks are upset about the Commanders not being where the Eagles or the Giants are, surprisingly, but nobody expected the Giants to be where they are right now. Eagles, with the moves they made in the offseason, it was predicted they would be leading the division. Who knew they would be 7-0?
Who knew they would be leading the NFL?
Exactly. And then the Cowboys with Dak Prescott, they've been playing some good ball. The defense has been balling out for them. So, it's become a competitive division. And, unfortunately, some of the expectations of the fans and where the team they feel it should be isn't, up to their expectations. But as a football guy, understanding the dynamics and how the culture was before he got there and what he's had to work through, along with his own personal struggles with fighting cancer and some of the other stuff going on. His mom is sick. He was over in California visiting her and gave some of the duties to the assistant coaches, and they did a good job game planning. Uh, you know, things are going to be all right. It's just not maybe going as fast as most folks like, but you can't fix 25 years of dysfunction in 2 years and 7 weeks.
True.
It's time to fix that. So gotta have patience, but they did pull the win off 17-16 over the Colts. They're now 4-4. Got who they play next year.
Vikings.
Yeah, the Vikings. There you go. Yeah, my man. I
We
was
still
sorry.
seem lean.
That's what I was like, you'll be safe.
I was gonna say sponsored by the bottle, sold by Jim. But yeah, they'll be playing Minnesota next week. So my man Ivan Carter is gonna be in town. He was a local sports media guy. We're working on putting together something on the podcast. So he's supposed to be in town. I'm gonna holler at my folks to see if I can get some tickets and link up. So be on the lookout. Like I said, CP3 not on Sports on the Hill podcast every Monday night, but I'm still making it work. Make sure you tune in. Robbie will be going on a little bit later at 9:30, breaking down the Commanders' win, talking about the Wizards season, and talking about the Capitals. So make sure you tune in. I might not be part of the weekly team anymore, but I still do my thing.
Are you about to leave the show? This is usually your ending spiel.
I'm just saying because he's doing the show tomorrow. I just saw he's posted that he's doing it at 9:30. So he's going trick or treat with the kids.
Oh.
Well, do you have a question?
And then, what?
What? You okay?
What? Let's see.
Damn, how you say your voice 3 different times? It ain't even been 2 minutes.
Actually, it was 4 when he first started talking. It was that high
You
one.
know how many motherfuckers up
See,
in
there you
here?
go, right there.
You know how many motherfuckers up in here?
We see it's plenty.
Shit.
Getting a little crowded.
Yeah, man. Gotta release some stress, baby.
Wait.
So, yeah, like I mentioned the music game the way it is. You mentioned a lot of old school influences where I feel like you feel the music, you feel the love and the passion in it. How could you see yourself trying to get that message across to this new generation of artists to understand that it's not just about, going to the studio, putting the track down and calling it a day. It's about actually, putting the work in, learning your craft, learning the history of your craft and trying to make the craft better, not just get your piece of it and move on.
Just consistency. And doing what I'm currently doing, and that is just hustling and showing how I bring my perspective of the music industry in it. Because it isn't easy even to be in the studio. A lot of people think that it's simple to go in there and be able to lay down the track. First of all, people have to pay for studio time, and time is of the essence. And one thing that I was taught that by my uncle is to not waste studio time and
Say that part again.
do not waste studio time. Like you gotta be in and out. And if you got a 2 hour session and you can't complete a one song in a 2 hour session, that's a problem. You should be able to do honestly, you should be able to do 2 to 3 songs in a 2 hour span. But a lot of people aren't able to do that because they don't come prepared to the studio. Some people are writing in the studio. Some people actually like some people are good and they can freestyle their stuff out, but other people they waste a lot of time in the studio. So once you have studio master and you have the studio time to actually record and have that set down right, then that's when you take it out to the music and you start performing and you move forward from there and showing them, hey, this is what art is. This is how I influence with my music because this is the type of sounds that I create. Um, as far as influences, anybody who enjoys my visual will be influenced. So if I'm putting out visuals that are supposed to be influential in a good way, then that'll influence people in a good way. A lot of times people are caught up in the thug mentality. Make sure I'm not presenting myself as a thug. I'm presenting my visuals more as someone who is royal. Um, and that's why I had the moniker of Crown that because we crowning everything out here. Like we're not out here. It's pointless to be a thug when you can be a king. So kings actually rule more than thugs do. Thugs only have the block. Kings have the empire.
True. I wanted to touch on something that you said that's a lost art. Studio etiquette really can save people money. Um, if you get a 5 hour block in the studio and all you can do is one song, stay your ass at home.
That's
Um,
real.
when I was an engineer and I was doing my home studio, my friends used to be mad at me because I would tell them like, Slim, one, I ain't mixing your shit tonight, and two, like you been at home all day. Why you coming here to write a verse? Oh, you coming to write a verse? Oh, you ain't recording that shit today because you should have been practicing this way before you got here. You should have been looking in the mirror, holding the brush, saying what you need to say. Like you should have been doing all this shit. So when you come here, we can go song to song to song to song. Because if we're doing that, I'm up all night recording. Cool.
But
When
you
I
know what? It's the first time I'm ever gonna say this, maybe the last. I blame Jay-Z.
Nope.
No, you blame Jay-Z. The reason why I say that is because we all saw that documentary for the Black Album, right?
Hmm.
What did Jay-Z do when he went
He
into the studio?
freestyle.
People think that they all do that.
And a lot of people don't have that talent. And
That's why.
that's the first thing. A lot of people don't have that talent. And then a lot of people like to cheat in the studio. I ain't gonna say cheat, but so a lot of people like to put the engineer to work. And I was the type of engineer that if you expect me to punch you in on every line, like how they did Boys in the Hood, yeah, that song would never be made if it was under me. Because I'm not punching you for shit. I will make you do a song. I got the patience and I'm petty. I got two things. I got pettiness and patience. I will have you do that verse over 99 times. And then on the 100th time, I'll be like, okay, I can punch you. And because the discipline is, as I tell people, is you can't punch on stage.
Not at all.
Like, and I remember I had somebody watch me do a song, and I fucked up on one little part, and then I wanted to do the whole verse again, and then he looked at my cousin. Oh, salute to my cousin. Happy birthday, Mel. He looked at my cousin, who was my producer at the time, and he was like, "Yo, he's not gonna punch." And my cousin, without a beat, he looked up and he said, "King don't punch." And they was like, "For real?" And he was like, "Oh, you thought he was just being an asshole because he wouldn't let you punch? No, that's his standard. He'll rather do a whole verse than to punch and cheat because you can't punch on live. Like when you fuck up on live, you gotta be on point. You gotta be this, this, this. And and when they got that, they was like, oh, and they never questioned me. Cause they used to be like, man, you gonna punch me? No. And then I crack a beer, do it again. You gonna punch me? Nope. Then I crack a bottle, do it again. Should be like 3 in the morning. They be like, you gonna punch me? Nope.
That's not what he's talking
No.
about. He's not talking about what you think.
But I get that. Like having the studio etiquette, like it's so important because a lot of people, like before you go to the studio, the first time I went to the studio, we got a 10-hour block. We did one fucking song. We wound up making the beat. We wound up writing lyrics in there, and I wound up paying for the shit. And I was like, hey, that was a good $300 on my money for nothing.
Because time is money.
So then I started producing. I bought my equipment. I started producing at home. I used to tell these motherfuckers, "Hey, we about to do this. Here's the beat. If I'm paying for it, if you ain't got your verse written when we get to the studio, guess what? I'd be like, oh shit, we got 2 hours. Nope. It's not done. Like if I sent you the beat at least a week ahead of time, I'd be like, hey, look, yeah, it's not gonna happen. I'm gonna say, I remember we had a dude. We was doing a song and I heard him freestyle before. He was fucking terrible. And we were doing the song, and I was like, yo, we're going to do this song. My cousin did the beat. Either I did the beat, and my cousin wanted all these people on that thing. And I was like, okay, cool. And the dude was like, I was like, did you write your verse? And he was like, oh, I'm just going to freestyle. Oh, shit. And I looked at him, and I looked him dead in his face. And I was like, yeah, and I'm going to take this. So I'm going to take my equipment home, and I'm going to edit your verse, and you'll never hear it after today. I was like, how long did we get you to do this song? He was like, about a week. I was like, yeah, if your verse ain't done now, that shit ain't gonna happen. I said, the only nigga that freestyles on this shit is me, and ain't no nigga in here better than me. So if you, so if I got it right, you got it right. But I did not actually did freestyle on it, but he don't know that. He sucked. But you're not Jay-Z.
That's what I mean. That's why I'm like, right. A lot of people think that.
A lot of people thought they was Jay-Z, and a lot of people thought they was Lil Wayne, and they was like more like Lil Stain. Like they just sucked.
Lil what?
Lil Stain. Like the stain on the bottom of my shoe.
Niggas don't understand, yeah, freestyling is,
yeah. Jay-Z one of the greats, man.
And then some people don't realize so.
Yeah.
But like, oh, Beyonce has him. If you don't go sit down.
But here's the thing. Just because that's like saying I put a whole bunch of colors together and I'm Picasso. Nah, nigga, you're not. Like just because you throw a bunch of colors don't make you Picasso. Just because you freestyle don't make you Jay-Z.
That's true.
You know, but like I said, a lot of people don't have the proper studio etiquette, and I get what Wiley's talking about. Is like you gotta have the etiquette. Like you gotta know, like so that you don't, cause really, when you go to a professional and don't waste your homeboy studio time, because when you go to professional studio time, let me tell you something. If you're supposed to be there at 6 o'clock, that's when the clock starts ticking. If you show up at 7, you've already lost an hour. The engineer don't turn the hour back and be like, "Hey, you came at 7, so you just gonna do 7 to 10." Nah, motherfucker. If you want that other hour back, you paying. So you actually paying for 2 hours. Because the hour you missed, that's your fault. It's your job to get there. I learned all of that the hard way. But it made me appreciate the studio. So when my friends used to think I was being an asshole, if I'm paying for it, I'm being an asshole. Hey, if you need y'all motherfuckers want to pay for it, I'll sit back and
it's money.
Yeah, we can come. If y'all paying for it, we can come late, we can come drunk, we can come high, you can do whatever the fuck you want. But if I'm paying for it, nah. We on time. Matter of fact, we 30 minutes early.
It costs me the boss, Just saying, you pay for the studio time, you goddamn right, you make the rules.
You have a question, CP3, for Wally?
I'm just enjoying the conversation this nice ass drink, though.
Ah, Lord, your voice has changed.
Again.
Blame it on the I and chat and
No.
She brings
So-
illegal beverages to the That can't be.
So this question I always love. Give me 5 do's and 5 don'ts.
5 do's and 5 don'ts.
Yes.
Okay. 5 do's. Drink water.
That's a good one that I don't abide by.
That keep himself together.
Let me see.
High quality H2O, baby.
Try that. Let me see. Get sunlight. I'm doing
This is vitamin D.
Always keep a positive attitude no matter what the situation and stay in balance.
True.
Always pay attention to your attention. And always remember that you create your own reality. So, yeah. So, maybe going for the don'ts. Don't not drink water. Let me stop. Listen, all right. So seriously, don't give up on yourself. Don't let people distract you from your goals. Don't ever give up. Don't stop paying attention to your attention. And don't let
CP3 drink old ass gin.
Oh yeah, and don't overdrink. Wrong. Don't overdrink.
I don't know if I can agree with that last one.
We know y'all some drinkers.
Hell yeah.
Technically, we'll be calling y'all drunkards because y'all not alkies. Y'all gotta go to an AA meeting and be an alky.
Yeah, I'm a drunk. I don't go to AA meetings.
Crowded setting.
If I do go, I gotta take a drink to get there.
AA meeting. I don't like to be in crowds.
Want to go to the Zoom?
I don't like large crowds.
I would go to AA meeting, but I can't bring my bottle.
He gonna be drinking while he in there.
I mean, CP3, we can go together. We just take drinks while we there.
He gonna have vodka talking about I'm drinking my water.
And I'm gonna wait till after the meeting and be like, everybody done good. Let's go get some shots.
Pretty soon, our section gonna need security for when we at them little clubs and stuff we perform. We're gonna need security for our section.
Oh yeah.
You can't drink when you do security.
I know that's why I'm doing security number. I only drink on the day they end in Y. Moderation is key.
Moderation?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Y'all want to hear the song?
The new track?
The new track.
Yes.
This is Mug, y'all.
What? Wait, say what?
It's called Mug.
Mug.
Yeah, it's about embracing your mug and who you are as a person, embracing your melanin.
That sounds like some king and queen language.
Now catch the light. My face is a canvas, a painting of life. Bright. Now bask in the glory. A look of a marvel. My skin telling stories. I'm proud of my skin. I'm not giving up. Marcus G. Wally B. Come to fuck it up. Rockin' and rollin', we tear it up. Pretty boys, you see y'all fearing us. They see my faces. They know my place is on top. National treasure. My melanin gon' pop. I see them fiending. They begging me for more. I show them my face. And tens across. I'm trippin', I'm how. You got that mug, you be looking foul. You petty, you mad, and you wanna fight. You're pressing your tight cause your look is live. I ain't lying, boy. His face can cause crimes, boy. VIP, no line, boy. My mug is on time, boy. Mug. Embrace my 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 mug.
My face is a canvas, a painting of life. Right. Now bask in the glory. I look up a marvel. My skin telling stories. Right. Now catch the light. My face is a canvas, a painting of life. Right. Now bask in the glory. I look up a marvel. My skin telling stories. I'm
mug. Embrace my 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 mug. Magic.
I'm looking within, I'm feeling my skin, I'm feeling my hair. A hater won't dare, I know it's not fair. My mug has the royal affinities. It's in my blood, how I look like this. Rooted up, planted up, got the sun races. Show your rights, I'm a star, never this the piss. I'ma show you how I really been. It's this is my crown now. This is my time now. Carbon design now. Melanin with pride now. Shine so bright, you can't dim my light. Embrace my mug so you all know that I'm the one.
They see my face and they know my place is on top. National treasure, my melanin gon' pop. I see them fiending, they begging me for more. I show them my face and sends across the board.
Wonder.
The only thing I'm gonna tell you is, I would have never left that much track untalked on at the end, because a nigga like me would have a second. I grew up in the 90s and 80s. A nigga like me, all I need is 5 seconds. I got your whole song recreated and remixed it. I would have never done that part, but because niggas will beat Jackie real quick. Oh, I like that beat. Well, you needed 5 seconds from a nigga beat.
That's why you get drops.
Yeah, I know.
That's why you get drops.
But even so. Oh yeah, they got you.
Yeah.
You sound kind of angry.
Jack my track, man.
That's not
So,
they put it on the porno.
They put it in the porno.
They know you well.
What?
Yeah, I was, me and a young lady was scrolling through, and then I was watching.
Oh my
God! Did you see her head dropped? Like, oh, it's about to go back.
I mean, we were scrolling, watching some videos, and I'm listening to the, some of them had beats to them. I'm listening, I'm like, hold up, that's my motherfucking track. So now I put drops on all of my shit. I had it on SoundCloud.
Well,
yeah, I learned the hard way.
I feel this song took us to Wakanda.
Yeah, yeah.
And it is a perfect time for me to be listening to this because, it's about to happen real soon. So we already in Wakanda. That's how I felt.
That's coming out next month, right?
Yeah, November 11th.
Oh, I'm sorry. We still in the last day of October, but yes.
It's Scorpio season, baby. Let that thing ride, baby.
This is not what we talking about now.
Embrace the Scorpio.
Okay. That's
enjoy
what
these months and these days.
Okay.
Beautiful time of year, baby.
Something wrong with your CP3. That's the first thing I'm gonna tell you.
ain't nothing new.
And you prove it
Every show. So this is the part I need CP3 on.
Alright.
So this is my favorite part of the show.
What we like to call here at the Bar Radio, when we have an in-studio guest, we would like to hear bars at the bar.
So basically, we don't expect you to rap, but we, we're trying maybe a little acapella singing or anything like that. Can you give us a little sample?
I'm the future celebrity, and I hope that you're ready. Cause I'm gonna make a difference and I'll show you a way that ain't impossible, critical and changing your ways. Cause the system is corrupt and polluting your air. So can you breathe pure intelligence? These are the irrelevance, the forces out of consciousness. Can you see what's wrong with this? Cause I'm the future celebrity and I hope that you're ready. I'm the future celebrity, so I hope that you're ready. Say.
Okay.
He didn't even get me no time to like prep to get the camera or anything. He just like he's like, yeah, sure. Step doing right into that shit.
He said, "Oh, you want me to say? Okay."
He's like, hope you ready.
I felt that 'cause I used to have a line. Like, you saw the young lady, like, you've been around a superstar. No, yes, you are.
Sir.
The future celebrity, man. I felt that shit to my soul.
Making
home rolling up. Like, bitch, I'm a future celebrity. Yeah, that's the vibe. I'm Rick James, bitch.
Making homemade porno flicks does not make you a future celebrity, dog. That just makes you a creep.
You know that jacket my feet's 40.
You know what I'm saying? If you use that video, you know the royalties on that shit?
Oh my God. Why is what's cracking me more?
Bullshit, dog. He sent me in for the family.
Okay. You know who as you're singing just now, I would love to see you do a collab with Mr. Hardworking DC himself, Raheem.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
I would, because we've heard of conscious rap, but I'm hearing, just like with him, conscious R&B. And the cadence, the flow, and I'm a big fan of his. He's doing it.
You know the vibe I just got off of that acapella. Dave House.
That's the same,
So
yeah.
So the thing is, because y'all never seen Wally perform live. He has on his set. He has the music he has. He goes through literally every different genre of singing. And then, like, one of my favorites is this joint that's like a Lenny Kravitz rock joint, where he just tears that motherfucker apart. Like, the first time I seen him perform, I was like, yo, that shit's a hit. But he does this joint where it's like a journey through R&B.
Yeah.
Of black music, not just R&B. It's like a journey of black music because he does the R&B, he does the thing with the Lenny Kravitz, with the rock, with the heavy guitar. Like, it's just it's an experience.
Yeah. But because I'm a fan of Raheem, I know his range.
Yeah.
Even though people try to always stick him in just neo soul, and he can do more than that. But the talent and the cadence that I just heard from you, and you being conscious in general, I really feel like that would be a good.
I would love that, to be honest with you. Ryan, you listening?
Right. You listening out here? That's a good collab. I would like.
I'm gonna make sure you hear it. Listen, I'm gonna make sure I can look. Hey.
Yeah. Because I hear it. It's there, and he's. You know what? If he's working on new music, because he'll go live on IG when he's working on music. I'll put that right in the comment.
Oh man.
I'll tag you.
Yes, I was on the live too.
Like, hey, you need to put him on the song, Because he gets feedback. That's one thing I like about him. He gets feedback while he's working on the song. Because he'll be in the studio, he's live on IG, he's working on the song, and he gets feedback from his his audience, his fans. And honestly, because of the times that he usually does it, it'll be like 50 people consistently on it. That's it. And I'm like,
That's enough to get so you can be seen.
that's what I'm saying. So I'm like, next time I see it, because I put on my notifications when he go live, because I'm like, yeah, I
You
want to.
stalking him?
Huh? You said what?
Are you stalking him?
No. That's what he want.
Okay.
No, that's what he want. What?
Oh my
First of all, I've met this gentleman before. He was really cool. That's another thing. Good vibes. And
Got the
we
same
don't
height?
have a lot of DC artists that can do that.
Let
Give
me-
good vibes, talented, work hard. That all that right there. Just we don't have that all the time.
Let me be messy. Y'all the same height?
Who me, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be quiet. I'm just gonna put it out there. I am 5'7". Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. He mad. Because you already know what you're trying to do.
Very messy. I'm
He's
very-
a very nice gentleman.
Yeah. I seen him before.
And he is very talented.
Actually, the funny thing is, I actually went to I was dating a girl. And we went to a joint with it was him, Tank, Kim, and somebody else. But I knew Kim killed it. But Raheem Devine rocked the show though.
Yeah.
But Kim was I was like, damn.
Yeah, Kim is amazing live.
Yeah, I almost kicked this dude down. I was like, you grown ass man, why the fuck you keep standing up in front of me?
For Kim.
Yeah.
Was he singing the songs?
I don't know, but he's about to get a shoot.
But I mean, my thing is, if you blocking other people's view, you better at least be singing the song, or you
I didn't
instead
pay.
of just standing there for no
I
reason.
didn't pay to see your punk ass stand up.
Oh man.
Because they hate us. That's what they
That's what they do, man.
They hate us.
Um,
They don't want other people to see the show. It's a conspiracy.
It's just different, man.
It's a conspiracy.
Yeah, because you wearing a pair of pants, that you obviously ain't packing shit.
What?
Why do we have to go? Why?
Because I'm gonna have security flashbacks, man.
What?
Yeah, you look smooth as a Ken doll, bro.
What?
Like, yeah, I don't pat them dudes down because I can obviously tell you ain't working with shit.
What?
I'm just
You need a
saying.
glass of water, CB.
I need to know which that.
I just remember who brought skinny jeans to the culture. Your boys brought skinny jeans
My
to the
boys,
culture.
too.
Fucking Dipset.
That ain't got nothing to do with me. I like their music. they pants.
Your boys Jules Santana and them.
And
They were skinny
Them the
jeans.
niggas that started it.
Yeah, they were
No,
skinny
man.
jeans out.
as far back as I can remember.
Yeah, they were skinny jeans out.
Well, I ain't
And
listened
then
to Dipset in a while.
and then came
Nigga, when they came out, they was like that. I thought Jules Santana had a yeast infection.
I'm not a fashion motherfucker. I don't know this shit.
I mean, I love Cameron, but
I honestly thought it came from rock and roll. The niggas wearing this.
I mean, rock and roll was wearing it was first, but like for
Oh, it's a hip hop, yeah.
yeah.
actually, technically speaking, it actually goes back to Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5.
Oh, wow.
When they originally came, they were
Their
in.
jeans, they're not skinny jeans.
They were dressed like punk rockers.
They were, but it wasn't the.
It was in the 70s. Everything was skinny.
Yeah, that's
So
what I'm
in the
saying.
70s
Back
and
then, it was cool.
80s, like skinny pants, like the leather pants used to be
Yeah.
tight and stuff like that. But
Can't go from bad
and
jeans to
my-
skinny.
well, Dipset did.
Dipset did though.
They did. They
Them
went
niggas
from
my
bad
age
to
and they wearing
Dipset.
skinny jeans.
I didn't know this.
Oh, you didn't know that?
How did you not miss them?
No,
Them
I
niggas
just
couldn't.
listen to the music.
They couldn't breathe.
They sample kings. I like
They
that shit.
they couldn't breathe. Why you think Joe Santana talk like this? Dipset? Because he couldn't
No,
fucking
it's
breathe.
other reasons. It's other reasons.
I mean that in the mess.
There's other reasons for that, gentlemen.
That and the coke probably has something to do with
You know
it.
what? Next. This is all bad.
It's all shady, right?
I mean, them niggas up north, they different, man. They
Don't blame New York for Bama shit, because
I ain't just saying New York.
that was Harlem shit. They ain't even New York
and
shit.
above, nigga.
Okay, let me tell you something. When I was in college, the way that I identified Philly was they had these
Long ass
really-
beards.
They have really, really, really big pants, and they have these T-shirts that were extended. The T-shirts would come below their knees. I thought it was the weirdest thing ever.
Yeah, that's my pick.
and the t-shirts were so long, like it was like a dress. You know, like remember jersey dresses
Yeah.
and stuff? It was kind of like that. Like all you gotta do is put a belt on it. It was like a dress.
I mean,
That's
you
how
know.
long the t-shirts were. I was really confused.
We gotta remember, I was wearing, it's probably like 180 at the time wearing a 3X. Like, no.
But no, these were different. They weren't just like big, like wide. They were extended. The t-shirt was made long. It was so weird. You know, back in the day
Well,
when they
Philly-
had
Philly-
the men's pajamas that looked like it was like flannel, but it was long. It was
Yeah.
like a flannel shirt, but it was long. It was similar to that, but it didn't have the little things on the
Yeah,
side.
Philly always been a little different.
They were, and I thought that was so strange.
They always been a little different. They always been a little
I
different.
didn't really get along.
Philly is wild, Philly.
Yeah, Philly some wild dudes. Some wild dudes.
That's some story.
We've heard a couple. We don't want to hear no more of your Philly stories. That was really bad.
I wasn't in
So,
there.
what's I about to tell you? Let's talk about the teacher on TikTok, because that was an interesting conversation. One, salute to Wally B. He's still in here with us. But earlier today, I sent the post. So we're actually a real show. We actually have real things to talk about most of the time. Sometimes, and when we're not drinking too much. So every other show. But I sent the post out. I just happened to be on social media when I was at work, not doing work. So, yeah, I give a fuck. So I was at work, not doing work, but looking up for my real job, which is my podcast. And I saw a post about a teacher who was fired for being in a TikTok video with her student. So automatically, she was black. So automatically, I thought it was a bad thing. I was just like, oh, this teacher was twerking. This is outrageous. Whatever.
Lady A had to go investigate.
So then, Lady Internet says, this is interesting, but let's find out the very truth to the story. So Lady Internet did her investigation, and then she posted the actual link. She posted the actual teacher. It's a black teacher, and she was Caucasian children. And the video that got her fired is something that's I'm bewildered by, because it's not like she did anything bad in the video.
Nobody.
She wasn't twerking. She wasn't doing anything, and the child asked her to do the video.
And the child posted the video, recorded the video with their phone.
And then CP3 will explain some things that I don't know because I don't work in that industry.
Yes, being that I have currently gotten employment by the school board, during our orientation, one of the things they cautioned us against was any student sending us friend requests on social media that we are immediately supposed to report it, not accept it, and let the school handle the situation. So even though there was no inappropriate behavior in the video, even though she blocked out the children's faces, their entities were still being shown, and she didn't have written consent from the parents because she was part of the video. At least that's how it is in where I work at. I can see how the repercussions of her getting terminated, because that's one of the things they told me during my orientation, that is grounds for termination to have contact with the student on social media. So even though it was a PG video, there was no inappropriate behavior or language. She blocked out the children's faces. You can still see their body images, so-called, and they can also look at that in the aspect of, you have predators out there, and some may be in the school system, or some may be on social media that might find a way to whatever. So I think it was more on the air of caution, even though I feel like they went extreme to firing her, maybe a reprimand, suspension, something like that. But to fire her and say she was unprofessional and all of this and that, when she's just relating to her students in a innocent video and trying to connect with them, I don't agree with that. But I can see, being devil's advocate, I can see why they were erring on the side of caution in that situation.
So,
is this a new rule? Is this new?
It's,
well,
districts are different, have different rules and
Like I
different
say, if we
districts.
about to fire a majority of these people.
Well,
But that's what I was about to
everything
bring up.
is new. Yeah, everything is new. TikTok is
Because I remember there was a teacher that had a different high five for all his students, and I remember that. But it was filmed. One thing I wanted to correct you on, CP3, is that even the video that's blocked out is she's reposting the video. The video that was actually posted was the child posted the video.
and there was nothing blocked out.
Yeah.
So the kids recorded it on their phone, posted it on their Snapchat. The teacher had no connection with the children on social media. The teacher was in the video.
And was literally fired the next day.
Yeah, that, unfortunately, that's how fast it works.
However,
It had 190,000 views by the time they met with the teacher.
Yeah.
Or the students, by the time they met with the students.
But however, the principal who fired the teacher has also been fired.
Yep. What? Yep. That's juice. That's the tea right there.
And as the teacher stated, she wasn't even bitter or angry. She was just like, "Hey, rules are rules. This. However, just to let you know,
She wasn't mad.
she's like, I have a new job. I'm good. I'm great. I'm cool."
She said she had
Yes.
I love it.
Teacher shortage.
That's what I was saying. And she's an ESOL teacher. So for those who don't know, these teachers teach students who have English as a second
language.
So she is definitely needed.
I was wondering what that meant.
Yeah. English is a second language.
Yeah.
You just didn't date a lot of foreign girls in school.
But he said
I
he
don't
thought
speak
it was
a foreign
Lysol. Why would she be a Lysol teacher?
I don't know, but she was the autocorrect took over. I don't know. I just played it off like, okay, it means a lot.
What's this at again?
Huh?
What was this? What did this happen?
I can't remember what state, but apparently that school was predominantly white, and where she is now, she said, and I quote, "The staff and the students look like me."
Yes,
So-
and I'm happy.
But to kind of go back though, so what the students did the video, they came to her classroom during lunch, and apparently this school's rule is that they cannot have their phones out during their lunchtime.
Okay.
So that is the rule that she broke. Okay. But she said they talked to her as if she was a child when they talked to her. They met with the students once it went viral. They met with the students, and the staff did, the principal, asked the students to remove the video, and then said, "Do not tell the teacher," even though they did, but do not tell the teacher because they wanted the teacher to be caught off guard, and then fired them. So
that sounds a little bit malicious.
It
And
was.
that's how she felt. She felt that it was malicious, but she said, "You know what? I broke the rule. They weren't supposed to have their phones out." And in this age, you have to be realistic and you have to kind of go with the times. When I was in school, cell phones and smartphones weren't even a thing, and so teachers saying you can't have electronic devices like a cell phone or a pager or something is far different than these teachers telling these kids now that you can't have your cell phone. A lot of schools will now allow for you to have your cell phone in class or just in school period.
But
And
most
that wasn't
schools,
a thing back then.
but most schools now have dampeners.
Exactly. So they allow them to have their phones, but they have limited access to jump on the internet because they know they will be distracted.
Yeah.
Correct.
So I mean, I get the point.
Sucks to be an adult though that works there.
But the adults have access. A lot of the adults have access to you can switch your phone to Wi-Fi. It's trash. I know. The Wi-Fi is trash.
Yes, it's horrible.
But no, they
Can't
most
watch
schools have
Pornhub
two
at
different
work, huh?
Wi-Fis. Like the faculty will use one Wi-Fi and the students will use another.
The faculty Wi-Fi.
That's what I'm saying. It all sucks. We know that. But I need to get the
about to grab my shit. Niggas tripping. What's that you playing, nigga? No. Bird game.
But anyway, so it's definitely a. I can put that back.
Man, you better know yourself next time.
I can put that.
You gotta get smoked out here.
Shout out to Renegade. He had us all a little concerned.
Know yourself, whistle or something, nigga.
Now, if you would have whistled, you really would have lost your mind.
Nigga, listen while you work.
That's the ghetto. He not a ghetto whistle. So you gotta hit the hootie hoo. Let a nigga know what's going on, man. You know, shit, you can't just be popping up and opening doors.
Oh my God, bless his heart. But
Next time, next time, say something. I go to commercial break.
But
I got warrants.
I bet you do. You get in finish going through the store
I
now.
passed my background check.
yeah, you passed it to get in, but I mean, after that,
I see. They didn't see nothing.
oh,
No, I don't. That's the song I think I'm talking about.
yeah,
I'm gonna send it to you.
All right, cool.
that.
Oh, sweet nothing.
If
I'm just saying, it'll be a nice name for a back.
I'm sure.
It's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Sweet Nothing sounds like your last girlfriend.
Huh?
I said Sweet Nothing sounds like your last
fragrance
girlfriend.
line too. A fragrance line ain't Sweet Nothing.
Well, to wrap up the teacher thing, I think that these kids, the school boards, and they need to understand that this is the age that we're in. You know, you want to nitpick, you're gonna have some problems. So that school is without an ESOL teacher. I mean,
But you also have to err on the side of caution also.
yeah.
So it's a thin line and a tricky line, but you know the aspect of the race might play something into it. We don't know exactly.
Especially the way she felt she treated.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I've been in situations where I was talked down to in a, you know, the meaning way, and then like I said, talk to a childish fashion. I handled it differently, you know. She did. She handled it maturely. I did. And
Go figure.
yeah, you know, some desks got flipped over. The windows got broken. But my point got across. I didn't get any charges, so it was cool. But yeah, you know, you gotta it's in this day and age, and unfortunately these kids, like you were mentioning, you know, these kids nowadays are used to social media. That's part of their daily lives, and in some of their cases, you know, it's their daily lives and daily interactions. But you have to put limits on it, especially in a learning environment. If a kid has a choice of looking at their cell phone or listening to the gravitational pull of the earth and the moon and all of that shit, they're going to be on their phone. So you have to have, you know, give the adults, teachers, some type of leverage over that situation by making the rules of no cell phones at lunchtime or whatever, because you don't want them. I don't understand why not at lunchtime.
That's what I'm saying. And we saw it. They was dry. The TikTok was dry.
Yeah, I mean, it was nothing inappropriate on it. I just
You was hoping she was twerking, though, weren't you?
He probably.
I mean, you know, I couldn't tell. You know, she looked like she might have been alright, but I didn't know what the body type. I need to do like the Ray Charles filler. You know,
You know what?
I was watching Ray the other day. Leave me alone. But I'm just saying, it was a PG video, but I think you know they overreacted by firing her, but they were so-called erring on the side of caution. But maybe it was some other things that was underlying, and maybe some tension between her and the school board before. Why they just use this as a reason to get rid of her, but it's good that she got a better job, a good job.
She said that they were part of God's plan.
Yeah, you never know. You know, put you in a place where you know need to be instead of where you want to be. It was probably more, you know, maybe more money because she was working with the, you know, non-minority kids.
She may still be. You never know.
It doesn't look like her.
Well, she said most of the people. So
she took a pay cut. The
people
biggest
can.
involved, she did a pay cut.
No, not necessarily. I think she said she's actually getting paid more.
So before I play, because we're gonna play some more music real quick. I gotta give a shout out to The Rock for playing Black Adam.
That was a great movie.
So here's my thing about the Black Adam. People that don't realize it. One, Black Adam in the comic books started off as a hero, ended up as a supervillain, and now he's more of an anti-hero.
What's the difference between a supervillain and an anti-hero?
So here's the thing. So Black Adam has his own country. And he doesn't go out to commit crimes, but he will kill your ass if you fuck up in his country. That's the difference. Superman.
He don't start it, but he finishes.
Yeah.
See, that's the way I am. I don't start shit unless you bring it to me.
No.
Yeah.
You start stuff.
You start a whole bunch of shit.
I throw some shit out there. That's not my fault.
It ain't never your fault, Super Shot.
You may not be a super villain, but you're a villain, sir.
Like I know I'm a villain. Shit.
This was wrestling. I'll be a hero.
Definitely. But with Black Adam, he's the strongest Superman. He's actually the original incarnation of Shazam. So Shazam is name is broken up in Greek deities. Was it strength of Solomon, speed of Hermes, strength of Hercules, something stamina of Atlas, whatever the fuck. But that's what Black Adam is, the Egyptian version, the original version. So Black Adam was the original prior to Shazam.
Right. Which is why they kind of have the same.
So, but Black Adam movie was supposed to come out a while ago before they actually made Shazam.
Yeah.
They actually signed The Rock to play Black Adam for almost 6-7 years now. And
it's actually for a different audience too.
Yeah. But this movie is for a DC movie it's dark. It's dark.
Shazam is like for like
kids.
Teenagers. I feel like it was a teenager type of movie.
I mean, it had Megan Good in. That's the only thing I really liked about it. No, I liked it, but Shazam was good.
But Black Adam is for the grown ups.
Yeah, definitely.
Not just
more like Deadpool.
Yeah. I mean, Black Adam is like I said, he's not a hero. He's an anti-hero. He's the cross. He's in between being a supervillain and being a hero.
Which DC tends to do.
Yeah.
DC.
I still want to know what's the difference between an anti-hero and a supervillain.
I just told you.
That's still.
Superman is going to save kitty cat. Superman is going to save children. Superman, he ain't gonna do all that shit.
If it doesn't like affect him, he's not gonna care.
So like
Hancock. Remember Hancock?
Yeah.
Okay,
he's the anti-hero.
Like he'll save his city though.
Yeah. So like Black Adam for his country, he'll do whatever he got to do for his country. However, if you fuck with people in his country, like Black Adam was beating up the Teen Titans, was like, yo, I will kill one of y'all if y'all don't stop. Like.
So what's an example of a supervillain?
The Joker.
Yeah.
Somebody who literally goes out of their way.
See, the Joker will kill anybody.
Terrorize everybody.
Yeah.
Like you're all bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so Batman will be an anti-hero if he killed his people.
Yeah.
Like if he killed the Joker, if he killed Two-Face, if he killed the Penguin, he would be an anti-hero.
So you heard of the Punisher, right?
Yeah, I watched that.
Okay, the Punisher's not a hero. He's an anti-hero because he kills people. Captain America is not there to kill you. Like Captain America will do his best to save you. Where the Punisher was just going to shoot you with an M16 and be like, "Yo, fuck sending you back to jail." Deuces, Chris Brown, we out.
Deadpool will kill everybody in there.
Yeah, Superman doesn't kill people. Black Adam sure the hell does.
But like I said, when you mentioned Deadpool, that's.
So I would be considered more of an anti-hero.
We already established.
No, you're a villain. You're a villain, nigga. Join the club, you're a villain. Like I know I'm a villain. Why you turn across the street that you're not made for?
Okay, let me explain. Okay,
nigga, you may be a bigger villain.
The funny thing is, I feel like right now, I'm Lilo, you Stitch. I'm trying to make you good because you feel with bad. You feel with so much bad. And we trying to help you be good. But you're not understanding.
It's complicated.
Why?
Okay, then you're not a hero or an anti-villain.
You
are a villain.
You are a villain. You are clearly a villain.
When you say bad stuff, it's
You what?
Good.
When?
You mean when?
When?
You start stuff.
But it's for a good cause.
No.
Yes.
Do you start stuff for confusion?
It's to enlighten.
No.
So let's play.
You on the verge of supervillain right now. Thanos. We know Thanos isn't even considered a supervillain.
Lady Antoinette. Let's play this game. Let's play things a hero would never say. So the first off, and you can stop me, CP3, at any time, is a hero or anti-hero would never tell anybody, eat a bag of baby what?
Well, I mean, saying and doing the different things.
No.
You just told him to eat a bag of baby what?
I'm just saying sometimes.
Private parts. There's nothing heroic about that.
Fun of people for flipping
hamburgers.
I'm not making fun of them. I'm just showing them, making the point that they didn't get fired when they burned the burger. So why should the coach get fired if he made one? That's all I'm saying.
They also.
They don't give out their address and tell them to pull up.
Heroes.
Talk shit and call me a nigger.
First of all, you just said today that when you found out Prince had said song, that you were enlightened, and it motivated you, it encouraged you.
Gigolos get lonely too.
That is not a hero. That's not a hero.
So, Smoke Something Bitch is not a hero song.
It's the same. That's a rallying cry.
And heroes don't have all these excuses.
That's not an excuse. That's a rallying cry.
More excuses.
Having a bad day, you know, go home, smoke something, bitch. Yeah.
CP3.
That's not hero-like.
CP3. No, you know what the most unheroic? I mean, you've done a lot of unheroic things, but you just want me to pick a few to tell you how you're not a hero?
Some heroic shit too.
Where?
Can't talk about it.
See?
But you waited until a dude who pissed you off sister turned 18. Do you want me to finish the story?
That's premeditation.
Heroes, premeditation, it don't go together.
How you figure that?
It don't.
They fought against the bad guy.
Thank you.
So before I play this,
I forgot I worked with you.
So before I play this music,
clearly a supervillain.
So CP3. While I play the song, I'm gonna play two songs, right? And I want you to think about this. A hero doesn't do these two things. Doesn't fuck his girl sister. And doesn't fuck her enemy.
Same girl. There you go.
Now we're gonna play some music.
Yeah, lucky I don't read comic books.
Why?
I know somebody probably did.
Yeah, a super villain.
No, anti-hero. Now, leave me alone. That be me.
There's nothing heroic about your ass.
I'm a good guy.
You're a good what, villain? The fuck are you talking about? Oh, they can't hear you. I muted the mics a while ago.
Green Bay said we can't lose again, but they will.
Josh Allen go the fuck off.
They're playing Buffalo. They're gonna lose.
No, I need Josh Allen to have a big
suggestions. But if you get Grammarly Premium, you get.
Tell them I need space. Back. I think I want to crowd surf. Let's get it. You do it. Every time. Okay.
You just whisper sweet nothings to me. You just whisper sweet nothings, girl. You just whisper sweet nothings to me. You just whisper sweet. You just whisper sweet nothings to me. You just whisper sweet nothings, girl. You just whisper sweet nothings.
like I'm a child that's going to sleep. And when you do, I feel the stress relief. Look, you speak, then I get weak. I speak, then it get deep. Then we go back to the sheets and then I take a shower if I take one. Cause you gon' come up in here trying to break some. And you don't want no kids, but you like how? Let's get it. I act like we gon' make one, or we gon' start a family, tripping, picnicking on the sandy beach. Top down, shades on, head blowing the wind. No emotions, no feelings, relationships, we just get it in. She just my little friend, and it's the air that she be whispering in.
You just whisper sweet nothings to me. You just whisper sweet nothings, girl. You just whisper sweet nothings to me. You just whisper sweet. Just whisper sweet nothings to me. You just whisper sweet nothings, girl. You just whisper sweet nothings to me. You just whisper sweet nothings, sweet nothings, sweet nothings, sweet nothings. Oh, come on, girl, you got to tell me the truth. Materialism got you. No way to back it up. Let me rock out for a minute. You just whisper sweet nothings to me. You just whisper sweet nothings, girl. You just whisper sweet nothings to me. You just whisper sweet.
Prince c'est des angelou d'Afrique. Bébé la mukana olota. Mama oyebisa ngai. Nabala mando nate. Nabala mando nate. Bébé la mukana olota. Mama bandeli lisusu. Nabala mando nate. Nabala mando nate. Passion malamu bazalie. Akolala kolamuka na projet na yo. Otia yo na mabondeli yo. Oyanga mando na uti wapi. Apekisaki nga bilingalinga. Mekasi na yo kakite. Tala efuti nga zero e. Nazande matoi mangongi ngongi yo. 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 Ils font semblant mais ba yebike na suka bakobala na teo. Poster nga tous les jours na ba réseaux sociaux na yo synonyme jusqu'à la gare. Sukaka na besoni na mawa na ba chagrin na ba souci na ba tumement na ba jeté blanc. Suka nango olalili kola orewa. Bona bien moi c'est à Polina. Bakota mabele likolo kozanga koyeba kokona keba la compétition
Renegade been left.
What you just say?
Say where you go.
You went back to the
You
studio.
didn't see him leave?
Now I saw you when he left out, but never mind. He gave me some, herbal medication. Never mind.
Oh, you thought he was gonna stay?
Yeah. So I
You thought he was feeling you? Now you a monk.
Oh, my
partake of the medication.
No, he had to go back to work.
Oh, okay.
He doing it in the middle of a studio session.
Thanks, Renegade. Appreciate that, baby.
No, man. That was not a good shot.
In my own herbal.
Shout out to Vibe with Vegas. She on a cruise right now.
Crown that.
She on a
Vibing with
cruise.
Vega, you know who we vibing with.
She what they going to? I think Aruba or some shit.
Oh, I love Aruba.
It's like a 5-day cruise or something like
You
that.
guys know that.
Not Aruba. I don't know. It's one of them fucking foreign islands. I don't know. But
You said what?
It's one of them fucking foreign islands. I don't know.
You know the islands are there? It's in the Caribbean.
I think so.
Okay.
Well,
Who's Jack? Oh, speaking of Jack. Speaking of Jack Sparrow, so Disney is supposed to be in negotiations and talks to bring back Johnny Depp.
After they kicked him to the curb.
After they kicked him to the curb. However, it just wasn't for the Amber Heard. I was reading. It just wasn't for the Amber Heard thing.
Yeah. It was before that really blew up, but still. They kicked him to the curb.
What up, cuz? What up, cuz? But no.
We're talking Disney right now.
But apparently on the set of Pirates of the Caribbean 5, whatever, a couple of times Johnny Depp was inebriated.
It's Johnny Depp.
you drink too on that shit?
Oh my God.
However,
You're awful.
I'm just saying.
But they did terminate him without prejudice with no foul accusations.
Yep.
Because even after those incidents, he was still employed. He's actually one of the very few people. I think he's the only person that's a legacy character.
Yeah.
With Disney, because he has like 3 or 4 characters he played. That's like legacy.
And people have spoken out and they said if there is another Pirates of the Caribbean or Caribbean,
and you don't have him in there,
you will not do well with that movie.
You won't.
You cannot do that movie
without Johnny Depp.
You can't have a pirate movie from Disney without Johnny Depp.
First of all, the only reason I even watched the fucking movie was because Johnny Depp was in it, because he's an amazing actor.
Right.
Definitely.
I mean,
he's
even
one of the most
the clips and trailers. If it's not Johnny Depp, he makes a trailer like, oh look. At Johnny.
Like the whole point of Captain Jack Sparrow. He's based off of Keith Richards, and it's like only Johnny Depp would do some shit like that. Like his movements, his talk, like just he embraced the role. Like
he embraces all his
roles. I
roles.
was gonna say every role he's done.
Because he is still Edward Scissorhands to me.
Like Johnny Depp will take a shitty movie and make it very entertaining. Like, what the fuck was Edward Scissorhands about? I don't know. It's about a dude with hands that just be cutting people's hair.
But we watched it because it's like,
oh yeah, he made it entertaining, you know.
And honestly, we all know that Johnny is off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Because you can play these roles because you're off. Like we know Jim Carrey is off because and may he rest in peace. Robin Williams
was it.
We was a little different.
Yeah.
We knew this because we can see it.
She was talking about.
But no, like we know that.
But that's what they bring to the role.
Right. So at the end of the day, like you could have talked to Johnny. I mean that he would change, but you could have had that conversation with him instead of just saying, "Oh, we think that this is the case. If we just not even gonna look into it, we just gonna go ahead and fire you." First of all, coming from my background, I'm gonna need you to do that properly.
Yeah.
If you're gonna fire someone, you need to have your paperwork in order. And
coming from my generation, you fucking with Johnny Depp, then we ain't fucking with you.
People gonna throw their hands.
Yeah. You know.
And then that trial kind of.
He's one of those white people that black people love. So we really ain't gonna. What the fuck? What do you mean the Pirates without Johnny Depp?
But
fuck that.
Felt that Disney officially but unofficially fired him because of Amber.
Yeah.
And the nonsense that they had going on with them, which came to a head for this trial that he had. Which ironically,
she lost.
The trial is over. She lost, and Disney's like, "Hey,
we fucked up."
So I'm like, Disney.
Yeah, Disney does definitely take it out for that.
But here's the thing: if he's in it, I can guarantee this gonna be his highest paycheck.
He's gonna tax it.
That's one thing Johnny ain't. He ain't stupid.
He ain't cheap.
No, you gonna make.
But the thing about with Johnny Depp, like I said, he. I remember I watched this shitty ass movie called The Ninth Gate with Johnny Depp, but he made that shit entertaining as fuck.
There's certain people that
like,
you know.
Like he embodies his role, so I think that's embodies his craft. So definitely.
While we talking about movies, I have a question.
What's up?
Has anybody seen or interested in that Will Smith movie?
No.
The Emancipation movie?
I heard it's very, very good because it gives a lot of historical stuff that a lot of folks didn't know, and it touches on a lot of stuff during that time that hasn't been exposed. I heard it's a very good movie, and honestly, if folks are still not going to watch it because of what happened at the Oscars, take your woke asses somewhere.
But my thing is, based off of the description you just gave, if you woke, go see the movie, right?
But because of this new cancer culture, and then because of the mindless sheep mentality, they're objecting because of what he did. He's already apologized. You know what he did was wrong. Take into account the mental stress and everything he was going through with all of his life out there on social media for all of y'all peons to comment on and make, accusations and talk how weak he is and all this other bullshit. And y'all ain't done shit.
He said, I ain't weak.
Yeah, this man has made multi-million-dollar movies and came
that
up.
We love.
So
and came up and did the damn thing, but you want to hold it against him because he made a mistake. Fuck y'all in cancel culture.
He came a long way since
So-
parents don't
Fuck cancel culture.
So I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm not gonna watch the movie. It has nothing to do with the hit. I didn't watch 12 Years a Slave neither, and I stopped watching Roots because it just makes me angry at white people. I work between white people to watch movies like that. I have to go to work and just fuck everybody up.
Like I remember Rosewood.
I didn't watch that neither because
I actually watched Rosewood, but 12 Years a Slave I couldn't watch that.
I mean, the thing is, so here's the thing. So the contradiction is, I didn't watch 12 Years a Slave, but I watched Django Unchained, which I really love. However, I understand that Django Unchained is fucking fiction and it's from Quentin Tarantino, so it's over the top. 12 Years a Slave,
Woman King?
I did. I thought it was a great movie. Remember, we talked about it was controversial because that tribe actually sold slaves.
Yeah, and they kind of lightly breezed.
They yeah. I mean, we're never gonna please anybody. I mean, truth be told, remember the Titans? It's about my high school football coach, Coach Boone. But the part where the young man gets hit, and then they win the championship, is not accurate. I think it's the other way around.
Yeah.
So they kind of they fudge the numbers like that, and they tend to do that. Mm-hmm.
The one with
Michael Orr.
Yeah, so that's actually there's some things that were wrong in that.
So and then they're making a historical movie about people who are dead. I mean, even the lady who is the Woman King, Viola Davis, her character, that's not the actual Woman King. The king in it is real. The story about how she becomes a Woman King is there's a woman that actually becomes the Woman King. However, the character that Viola Davis played was fictional. There were slaves. I mean, newsflash, people. There were slaves that sold other. There was black people. There's other African tribes that sold other tribes into slavery. Y'all niggas snitch on each other every day, so I don't know what the fucking difference is.
I mean, that's a little different extension.
I mean, they would sell their mother into slavery if they had to for a pair of Jordans. I'm pretty sure.
I definitely do want to answer the question too about the movie Emancipation. I would, in my humble opinion, I would really hope that this is the last.
It's not.
last slave anything that I see my people do, because I think that now we're getting to the point where we're forgetting that we were
We were
something
kings.
before slaves, and that
Mhm.
we're, matter of fact, let's make a movie about us showing them how to wash their hands.
How
Because you
about?
know, we the ones who showed them how to
But
cook.
see,
We the ones
unfortunately,
showed them
that
how
was
to
during
clean.
slavery.
But here's the thing
That
though.
was before slavery.
Well,
How come we haven't
the
had a?
masses were during slavery. When they were here, a lot of them got slaves, and they taught them those things. But
Oh.
you're right, it did happen before slavery as well.
Yeah, and
But-
that's the thing that really bothers me with a lot of the movies that we keep, like the 12 Years of Slaves, the Woman Kings, and all of that stuff. Like, a lot of the information is so misconstrued and so like Hollywood flashy that we're not even really getting the actual story that happened.
Yeah.
And so that stuff throws me off. I don't want to see another one of the Molly the Maids, or I don't want to see us picking up cotton. I don't want to see none of that no more. I want to see us represented in the kingdoms that we were. So if we were bad rulers, I want to see that. I want to see King Tut. I want to see all of that. I want to see King Solomon. I want to see all of that.
Yeah, but depicted in the right way.
Exactly.
Because,
Exactly.
Elizabeth Taylor wasn't. No.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, Elizabeth was
I
not
don't want to see no
Cleopatra.
pale people do it. I want to see people who was darker than me.
I mean, that's one of the things that made me about the fuck is that movie? The Gods of Egypt. They had like one black. Their Chadwick Boseman was the only black god of Egypt. When we depict it the right way, it's you know, people forget, like, they've done movies about like Troy. I really like Troy. I like Gladiator. But we not done a movie about Hannibal. Hannibal conquered the world on elephants. But we don't talk about that. He had one scene in that terrible movie with that fake ass Colin Farrell being a fake Brad Pitt called Alexander the Great, and the shit fucking sucked.
I remember that.
Well,
Was the best thing about that movie was Rosario Dawson. Other than that movie sucked.
What is Ethiopia and Eritrea, and how they fought, they trained the animals to fight with them. That's a story that a lot of people don't know.
Well, funny thing about Ethiopia is Ethiopia has a
and that's what I want to see.
Ethiopia has a Bible that's 500 years older than the King James Bible. And it has books in it that are not included in the King James Bible.
We know why that is.
But they're the only country that has not been colonized in Africa in any way, shape, or form. Has not been colonized, and they have a different calendar than us.
Yes, they count just like they're like 4 years behind because we follow the Mayan calendar, which
Gregorian.
No, exactly. That calendar was changed. Remember? So our calendar and our days of the week, our months and things like that, we've had some kings over time that felt they had the authority to make these changes. Even to the Bible, certain kings,
yes, they did,
decided that they had the authority to change these things. So that's the reason why we have all these.
So we'll have this quick conversation. Y'all remember those cute commercials of the Church of Latter-day Saints and all that other stuff?
Did you say cute?
Yeah, they were really cute. They were like, oh,
oh, you saw my face.
They had some of the cutest commercials about how brotherhood was this, and this came from a white guy who told me this when I used to go to church.
But you said cute.
He said the Bible is, they had to actually, the Church of the Latter-day Saints people. The government made them change their Bible because originally in their Bible they had that black people were the children of the devil. But these were the same people that would have those like really, really good commercials about brotherhood. But 10 years ago we were the children of the devil.
Let me say this. People need to understand
Fuck
that most
them.
of the time your enemy is as sweet as they can be to you.
Yeah.
It says it in the Bible that the devil knew the word.
He did.
He knows the Bible. He can tell you. And he will pose as if he's one of your brethren. The worst people in the world are the people who smile in your face while they are doing you so dirty.
True.
Michael Jackson said the biggest smiles.
Michael Jackson.
Those are backstabbers.
So one of the greatest things as we wind down this long ass show, is that Dame Dash said this, and I thought, and people look at Dame Dash as being aggressive and an asshole and stuff like this.
I mean, he is, but he was speaking facts.
But he spoke facts, and he said, I will never take help from the person who's oppressing me. I will never take food, clothing, or religion of the person who put me in that place in the first time. So why would you take help from them? Because the only help they're going to give you is not going to be real.
But see, that's the only problem is that you have to identify the source. You have to identify who, that kind of what I was saying.
Yeah.
You have to identify who your oppressor is.
Yes.
Because in this country right now, we have two groups of people. And people are saying one is the oppressor, but one isn't. But is that true? Is the one who smiles in your face and says, hey, we're for you. We're the people for you. Is that group? Or is it the group that lets you be known they don't really like you? Which group? Or is it all of them?
This is lead to the conversation we still haven't had.
What's that conversation?
Kanye conversation.
Which conversation? Kanye says a lot of stuff. A lot.
I mean, if we're going to go into the political angles and all of the bullshit that's going on in the mainstream media that's leading to the situation that we're in now, we gotta talk about the Kanye situation and what's going on with his comments and the adverse reactions trickling down through his so-called business empire and the blowback from it and the reaction
I can say it real
of
quick.
the black
It's real
community.
easy. It's real easy. First of all, Kanye has a mental illness. He's not taking his meds. Okay, so a lot of people are either dismissing what he's saying, or a lot of people are dismissing his mental illness, which is problematic on both ends.
Thanks.
You can't dismiss everything that he says because he has a mental illness. That doesn't discredit everything, but you also can't bypass the fact that he has a mental illness and take everything he says as word. It's like a grain of salt, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, with that said, Kanye, we know he has said some very controversial things over time. When Kanye talked about slavery, it was brushed over. When Kanye talked about Jewish people, shut down. Plain and simple. Guess what happened?
Definitely.
And I feel like this: if you don't like quote unquote hate speech, now I will give credit to who was it? Gap? Was it Gap that shut it down before he was talking about Jewish people? Was it Gap?
It might have been.
I think so. But they said that, they didn't like the things that he was doing, because they felt like that his controversy was hate speech. So when he's saying slavery is a choice, when he's wearing White Lives Matter, when he's, supporting known racist people, nobody had a problem. Now, the Black community, I don't like the way most people are handling this. Like I said, it's not cut and dry with Kanye, but you got people saying, oh, he's a genius. He's just doing this. They're making excuses. They're dismissing the fact that this man has a mental illness. Oh, he's a genius. He's doing this because he about to make that money. That's what he wants to do. Maybe he's having outbursts because Kanye has known, he said that he wasn't taking medicine a long time ago, before him and Kim split. Kim trying to get me committed, which she did because he stopped taking his meds. He went up to, where he go, Wyoming or something like that?
Yeah, he's been in a while.
Yeah, when he went out there, it was some issues because he stopped taking his meds. That's probably the reason why his marriage failed, because Kanye refused to take his meds. And prior to that, Kim was okay with him, and a lot of people bash Kim, but yes, she's a car trash can, but at the end of the day,
A car trash can?
yes, but at the end of the day, she was trying to help him, So
I bet you
I feel that, especially in the piggyback off of what you said about him having a mental health issue. It was, he just got a mental health issue when he talked about slavery being a choice, Harriet Tubman not fearing slaves. Oh, he's just, off his meds, What he said about the Jewish community, that's when he said yep, he's problematic, he's starting a chaos riot thing. But I want our people to take and learn from this is that when you feel like you don't agree with something, we should collectively come together and shut it down ourselves, just like the Jews shut him down. We don't do that as a community.
We don't have the power to.
We do. We actually do have a lot of the power there, but it's smoke and mirrors in front of you to think that you don't. When our money and our dime is the most out of everything. So we pour out, we say, okay, you don't want to support me right here, cool, then I'm not gonna support you right here. And we're gonna see who fold at the end. Because if our dollar counts the most, then we need to make sure we invested in our stuff. Like, not saying that we gotta back Kanye, because to be honest with you, Kanye has been extremely problematic for a long time, man. Like, but they're not doing nothing to prove him right now. That's the thing that's funny to me about the whole situation, because he said some things that were true too.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I'm just like, okay, like there was truth in a lot of his statements.
I honestly, I can't agree. Honestly, I can't see. I understand the whole Jewish part. They own yada yada yada. Boom boom boom. These are all facts we already know. But how does that affect us? We have black folks that are wealthy that Puff Daddy tried to get an NBA franchise. They wouldn't let him do it. But then you have Ice Cube creates the 3-on-3 league, makes it flourish, and now a certified business owner.
Mm-hmm.
You have folks finding their own avenues to do things because they have the finances. Mm-hmm. We have black folks in our community that have the finances to do that, but they choose not to. So now we're hating on another culture because they're able to live in the same house, pool their money, and not have to be the big dog and get into a fight or argument about somebody doing something inappropriate, and are able to work together like the Chinese, like the Asians, like the Spanish. But because black folks cannot cohabitate, pool their money, and swallow their pride and look at the long game, why are we hating on another race because they were able to do that?
So you'll be agreeing with me and not disagreeing.
I'm not seeing the point of him making these statements, because as I was talking to 151 before, as a businessman, you have just lost $700 million of your revenue. Now you're unable to pay some of your employees that have their faith and put their livelihood in you because you want to make a statement. Now they're going to be on the welfare line. Yeah, you still got $400 million. You're going to be all right. Yes. But what about the folks that had faith in you, that invested in you and put their livelihood and trust in you? Now you're off your meds, making these statements that everybody already knows. But everybody already knows these things.
Right.
And what is it going to prove? What is it going to do? What is the black community going to do? They're not going to do shit because they have no fucking plan. All they want to do is bitch and complain and don't have a plan to solve shit. They don't have a solution for shit. I had the same conversation. We want to bitch and complain and moan, and we're so fucking hypocritical. We want to rally and march when a white cop kills a black guy, but when Ray Ray kills Leroy, it's no snitching. That's bullshit. We have no direction. We have no knowledge of self. We have no pride of self. We want to talk about Wakanda and Black Panther, but yet still we go kill a motherfucker in the hood to go carjack his car with a baby in the back. We killing motherfucking parents walking down the street that's taking their kids to school over some dumb shit. Yeah. But we want to care about what the white man or the Jewish man is doing. They don't give a fuck about us, so why are we giving a fuck about them? Until we put that same devotion and passion into our own community,
I know.
I don't want to hear that shit. And I'm tired of hearing that woke, pro-black, let's rally, do this, because it's no action behind it. It's all fucking wordplay and all fucking politics. And I'm fucking tired of it. If you're not going to do nothing about it, shut the fuck up. I'm tired, bruh. I'm tired.
And it seems like the black community is torn with Kanye, and I don't understand. And at the end of the day, my biggest issue is not just because it's torn, but we know Kanye says controversial things. We know Kanye has mental illness, and that he has openly said he does not take his meds. But you keep giving him a platform to come onto your show, and you're interviewing him so he can say these controversial things so that he can lose $2 million in one day.
So here's the thing about that. You speak a little truth, people going to lose their mind. And when one thing Wiley that brought up was this. The black dollar is probably one of the most powerful dollars out there. However, 90% of our black dollars go to white people.
98%.
So
Well,
we
maybe 97.
we will Louis Vuitton, we will Gucci, we will put money behind white people's products.
But you won't support your brother,
but-
your sister, or
but-
your neighbor.
But here's the thing: if you go to and there's a lot of black people do this. You go to a black business and you get treated right. You don't get treated right. You will post about it. You will go off on them, and you will say how this is why you don't do business with black people. Correct? And even Jim Jones did this recently. You go into the Louis store and they don't treat you right. You're gonna buy more stuff to show that you can afford it. How was that?
People stopped doing it as much, but,
But
still people.
but it's still. I remember an episode of A Different World where Whitney did that.
And what did she do at the end?
Yeah, but that's in TV. In real life, these niggas ain't returning shit. These niggas like, yeah, I can afford this chain. I can afford this Louis, and I can afford this Gooey. Because black people don't know. They don't know the value.
But see, here's the thing: what Whitney had that a lot of people don't. She had a friend that checked her on it.
True, but
that's what it is.
But black people don't know the value of the black dollar. They don't know the power of what we can control and what we can do.
We have no organization.
We don't. We don't. We are.
We have actually less organization than we did in the past.
Which is crazy.
We like to start stuff and we don't finish. We like to say, oh, we're gonna do this and we're gonna march here and don't do it.
Well, so
we
it's
like
not. It's not
I'm
like.
personally against marching.
Here's the thing: the reason why we have less structure than we did some years ago, our grandparents' time frame. The reason why we have less structure is because we allow others outside of our community to infiltrate our community.
Yeah.
There are a group of people whose spirits were broken. There are another group of people who sold themselves out. That's a problem.
Yeah.
So that's the main reason why we don't have structure, because how do they do it? They move right on in and divide you.
Well,
your strength is your number. It's your community. So when they mess that up,
but here's the thing: when you talk to a lot of, like, the black culture is the only culture that teaches you not to be successful. And I mean that, like, well, oh my God, oh, if you're gonna be a famous basketball, oh, you gonna have to sell your soul to Illuminati. White people don't tell their kids that shit.
no. Our kids that.
No. This is what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. They told our kids. They're not gonna tell their kids. They told our kids that.
But black people, when we had a black president, the amount of conspiracy over, I've never heard things said about a first lady than what more graphic and disrespectful than what they said about Michelle Obama.
That's true.
Everything from she's a man, these kids ain't real. Like this, she's a beautiful black woman. But I've never heard Nancy Reagan was the biggest fucking whore in Hollywood. The throat goat is what they called her.
And let's not talk about the last that we had.
Oh, the whore?
I thought she was a stripper. She wasn't a stripper.
She was a model.
She was a model that modeled naked. So
She was a whore. Just keep it simple. Keep it simple.
and she came into this country on suspicious terms.
But
So on top of that, think about what her husband preached about.
But they never said the stuff like how they belittled a black woman. Serena Williams is one of the greatest tennis players ever.
Called her name too.
But the amount of stuff that they say, and then here's the thing about that. It's bad when the white people say it. It's even worse when the black people say it.
Well, the black people say it because the white people are telling them that. That's what I'm saying.
But then you make your own decision. But if you choose to follow blindly, and you choose to follow dumbness, and you think following dumbness makes your dumb ass woke, no, you still sleep.
So let me say this: the biggest threat to us right now is social media.
Yeah.
The reason is because these algorithms right now, people don't understand the power of an algorithm. If you go on your phone, right, and your feed, all you see is black men bashing black women, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's all you
It's
see.
gonna keep feeding you that.
And then somebody else goes, and all they see is black women bashing black men. What about the people who aren't doing that? What about the people who are uplifting? So I could put up a post that seems controversial, the gender war within the black community. Everybody sees it.
Everybody can see it.
But when I post "Black man, I love you," I get
somehow
two
I've never
likes.
seen
I get 2 likes, and I have a friend. Me and him would go back and forth, and we would talk about this. When I posted my daughter, and see, you have to know how to work these algorithms. When I posted my daughter graduating from college at 20, I had to do some things in order for people to see it. And they didn't see it right away. Once someone commented, I had to like or love their comment and then comment under theirs. And then I had to do that for the next person and next person. And then people started to see it.
Yeah.
Once it gained traction, had I put up that my daughter was pregnant in high school, everybody would have saw it immediately. I wouldn't have to do nothing. You have to understand that the people that control certain things, they're starting to try to invade your thoughts.
Well, people have selective. People see what they want to see,
Well, no, that's what I'm saying.
No. Let me finish though, because before we get into arguments, I remember I was dating a girl, and I put something up. I put 2 things up. Somebody pissed me off, and I put something up, and it was negative. And then the following day, I put something up. Hey, make sure you support local entrepreneurs. When she hit me up, she was like, "Well, what girl made you mad?" I was like, "The fuck? Like, what difference does it make at this point?" I was like, "That was like 3 days ago." And I replied back. I said, I just put something up about entrepreneurs. Have you liked to share the entrepreneur stuff today? We got into a big argument that actually ended our friendship over this. But people see what they want to see, like.
But that's what.
But they got shit to the algorithm. She saw what she wanted to see. I put a billion things up on my page at the time. You pick and choose what you want to see, because you can easily go to the page and say, "What the fuck is he talking about?" and see 3 other things that I posted.
But see, the way that it's set up, you don't have to go to anybody's page. So Facebook, for instance, will show you something that someone posted that's controversial from 3 days ago, but they won't show you the positive thing they posted 5 minutes ago. If I go through my notifications right now, I'm not going to see your most recent post 9.5 times out of 10. I'm going to see what they wanted me to see on your page. Their advertisements are what they want you to see. If you have your notifications on, that's even worse, because if my not notifications, if my location is on, right, and he's sitting next to me and his location is on, and he purchases toothpaste, they're gonna give me an ad for toothpaste, right? And then they're also going to try to use the information that they have gained on me based off of, like, if you have Google signed into you, whatever you look at here, and there, they're going to try to determine what race you are. Then they're going to feed information to you what they think that you want to see. That's what I'm trying to say.
But this is no different from advertising that's been going on for years.
Right, but it's just upgraded.
Yeah, so I mean, that's what I'm like, this is progression of what's going on with technology and what's going on. So I'm like,
so it's getting worse.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be a shock. This is America. This is what they do. They capitalize capitalism. Right. They capitalize off of what's popular and what they can make their money and keep the American machine moving. Yep. So this shit should not be a shock. It's just taking it to a different level. They're conforming with the time. Like we say, you have to adapt to your environment.
Yep.
That's what they're doing.
And
so this should not be a shock. This should be, that's what trips me out about these woke folks. If you're talking about this stuff, you know it exists. So why are you upset when it happens?
But here's the funny
thing. It's there.
The funny thing is, a lot of Americans talk bad about these other countries who monitor and they protect what all of their people see. Like in Russia, it's illegal to share certain things, so they don't have freedom of speech. Truth be told, your country is doing the same thing, but with a smile. They monitor and regulate the information that you get, but they're doing it with a smile. You can still go and get it, but you have to do the work. What's given to you, what's fed to you, is what they want to feed to you. So if you don't actually pick up your phone and go to Google and search the information, you're not going to get it. But truth be told, how many people go on their phone and whatever feed they have, whatever information, whatever articles are shown to you, and you can, and for people who aren't sure if this is the case, what you need to do is create a fake page. People have done it all the time. Create a fake page, like a few posts that you normally wouldn't like, especially if it's political. If you're a Democrat, start liking stuff that's Republican views, and you'll start to see the stuff that shows on that page is completely different that's going to show on yours. The information that's fed to you, meaning you are not prompting this information, you are not searching it. The information that's fed to you is going to be completely different. So when people talked about the January 6th riots and all of that stuff that was going on, these people who went up to the Capitol, imagine their feed on their social media, because social media played a big part. Everything that they saw was bashing, the Democrats, bashing talking about the election results and things like that. And what we're getting is, oh, Biden won. That's what everybody else was getting. But those people, everything that was fed. So imagine what that can do to your mind every time you pick up your phone. All these negative things. Think about that. Think about when you have all positive things. It's different worlds out here because it's all controlled, and we're so tied to our phone that anything that we see, we're affected by. You just don't realize it.
I mean, once again, it's the great poet Chuck D said, it's freedom of speech. Watch what you say. People tend to, if you make time to, like, you have to detox from your phone or your social media, stuff like that. People, when you get that caught up in the real world or in the fake world of social media, if you don't take time to, you have a hard time to distinguish what's real and what's not.
But they don't understand that.
But let me finish because people will, like the whole metaverse and all that other stuff. Like, people don't realize that Mark Zuckerberg, I think he lost 143 million or billion or something like that. Mark Zuckerberg.
Don't say that.
But he lost an insane amount of money. But he lost gambling. I bet, because I thought a lot more people was going to tag on to the whole metaverse thing.
Well, people lost their trust in him.
Yeah.
He didn't think that was going to happen.
Yeah, that too.
That's what.
Like even now with Elon Musk buying Twitter, like, some people have already just, like Mick Foley, salute to mankind, has already deleted his Twitter account. He's like, fuck this shit. He's like, fuck this. He's like, fuck this. I don't even want to deal with this.
Y'all thought Twitter was bad before, man.
I mean, dog, you gotta think about it. This dude. His father is. I think his father was. He just had a baby by like the little young lady who was like his nanny or some shit. It's some crazy. Yeah.
I'm about to say his second child. She was not his nanny. That was his stepdaughter.
His stepdaughter. Yeah, stepdaughter. Some weirdo shit.
But I mean, he don't have nothing to do with it because he spoke out against it.
Yeah.
So Elon spoke out against it.
That's some weirdo shit.
Shit.
Probably what?
Probably because he wanted to hit it.
I think we need to go off the air with that.
I don't trust that dude. He reminds me of he reminds me of an evil Mr. Burns.
He's a supervillain like you.
Exactly. No, I'm not. That's why I'm not a supervillain, because I ain't got those funds. If I had those funds, then yeah, consider me a supervillain. I'm an anti-hero guy.
You a supervillain.
You're just a regular.
I'm a broke villain.
I will say, before we go off air too, that our people have terrible comprehension skills.
They do.
And I feel like the more we learn about comprehension, the more we will really understand a lot of words that are being put in front of us to know that we shouldn't probably be identifying or representing a lot of certain brands or things because of the words that are being displayed, because words are spells, and whatever vibrations we cast out do come back to us. So we need to make sure that we are all comprehending.
And for those who say that words ain't spells, okay, well, they also have meaning. You have to understand that no matter how you view these things, words have meaning.
Well, words are the most powerful.
They say speaking into existence, that speaking.
Yeah, it's the most powerful weapon in the world, because if I can believe something and I can speak it into existence and make it happen, I can make people with words. I can make people disbelieve something.
Yeah, someone
And
can
break
convince you to do
and break their spirits. Like I always tell people, you gotta watch. You gotta protect your peace and watch other people's energy. You know, because
which is why sometimes I bring Sage on the show.
She said, "I'm clearing all the energy."
I don't know why.
I mean, I'm trying. When I tell you, one day I lit.
Wait a minute.
This was going all the way down.
I just had an epiphany. Since you started bringing Sage on the set show, all of a sudden, out of the 3 years we've been doing this, somebody has a significant other.
Because I tried to clear him of that negative energy that he had going on over there. We had to start fresh. Okay? Yeah, it was a process. I had to sage you like a million. How many times were we on the show? I had
They should have.
Sage, and I was going like this.
They should have done. They thought that was a blunt.
Being a better man will eventually pay off.
What you say?
The daily struggle of being a better man will eventually pay off. And that's what happened. Every day I get up and pray to be a better man than I was the day before. And it finally reached the culmination that I am.
Wait.
The best man.
Wait a minute. Wait.
The holy water I would have went like this, but he would have caught fire.
First of all, do you really think we actually believe that you prayed every day to be a better man?
I do pray every day to be a better man. That's one of my prayers I say every day. Because I told you I'm trying.
Wait, hold on. Who you pray to?
That's a good question.
Yeah. Sometimes Pepsi, but most of the time, it's being the bug.
This is why. I'm about to be Viola with my purse.
Hey, ask me questions like that, man. That's too much information. I'm trying to get into specifics here.
You trying to do what?
Yeah, I'm trying to get into specifics.
What? Because you said Pacific, specific.
You know, alcohol involved. You know, you bought the shit, though. We trying to talk about me now. I didn't drink shit.
Yeah, okay. Renegade, get up. We out. He said sometime Pimp C. I knew you just waiting for the book to drop.
That boy P, so crazy. No. I was down, now I'm really about to go get up. 10 rounds, now that nigga can't get up. That's what you get when you go fuck with the vision. My money be piling, we don't do division. The feds be watching, I just gotta get up. I was just down, now I'ma get up. Sleeping on me, I bet that they get up. My money was low, but now I'ma get up. Oh, bet that we get up. Pushing this weight, I'm doing sit-ups. I was just dirty, now I got my fit up. Too good for these bitches, I bet they gon' miss us. And I pack a bag if you think that I'm trippin'. I keep this shit brisk like I'm sip Lipton. Even though niggas don't know what to get on. You ain't shit till your niggas go and get on. you some pack, go make a flip homes. Yeah, I'm stuck in my bad ways. Niggas always being burnt out, so I dip them all in the ashtray. I don't understand these niggas that just always talking about, yeah, they past ways. I don't understand these bitches always comparing me to they past days. I give a fuck about you, you give a fuck about me. I just be rapping for money, you be rapping for free. Feel like that I rap like a god, the reason they call me a G. I'm against all of these odds. Niggas ain't fucking with me. Never no worries, Hakuna Matata. They say that I'm hot cause the devil wear Prada. I'm Soulja Boy first and these niggas gon' follow. Catching no feelings, you catching these hollows. Ride with Rodriguez like I fuck with Rollo. Ain't got no time when I see this Movado. Bet that bitch shine like I'm in Monte Carlo. Looking at me like I done hit the lotto. Counting your last days, get hit up. Talking that trash, hey, on Twitter. Your bitch, she be bad, yeah, I'm with her. When she see me, her face be lit up. Boy, better go ahead and mind your business. I don't go back and forth like tenor. Run this game, I don't get no finna. But we bout to get up. 10 rounds, now that nigga can't get up. That's what you get when you go fuck with division. My money be piling, we don't do division. The feds be watching, I just gotta get up. I was just down, now I'ma get up. Sleeping on me, I bet that they get up. My money was low, but now I'ma get up. Oh.